Hello, hello. Good morning. Good morning, evening, afternoon. Let me turn that down. Audio seems to be good today. Wow. I have been so busy. Actually, I gotta turn myself down a little bit. Let's go over here. Hi. Good morning. Let me move that. Oh, let me fix something else. I'm fine, I promise. There we go. Oop. There we go. Okay, that should be better. Sometimes I have to fix up my eyes a little bit or else I look extra sleepy. There we go. Much better. Okay. How is everybody? Sorry for the wait. Had some business to take care of. And then I looked at the time and I'm like, oh shit. I need to start. Big stretch. I should get a big stretch emote. It seems to come up a lot for me. I have my delicious tea. We're gonna have another relaxing time today. With some beloved vampire therapists that I've been talking about before, and now I'm really excited to play. Let's see what it's all about. Let's move this over here. Move that there. All right. And put me back here. Okay. I've been messing around a little bit in VTube Studio. It's fun. There's a lot of fun things. Let me go ahead and open up the game though. Make sure this is all good. Let's go ahead and go on over to our little gaming area. Perfect. Okay. And now you let me know. The game was kind of quiet, so do let me know if it's if the audio is good. Because it looks a little low on my end. I'll turn it up just a little bit. How about that? Just a little bit. It's beautiful music. There we are. Okay. This is as far as I've opened it up before to make sure that everything works. So we should be good. I hope everyone's doing well today. And I hope you on your way to work or getting off of work, whatever it may be, have had or is going to have a lovely day. And I'll keep you company for the time being. Sound good? All right. Let's go ahead and start a new game. Explore such as subject topics such as war, abuse, addiction, sexual oppression, suicidal ideation, religion, and of course death. These may be uncomfortable for some readers. Oh, I see. We recommend the readers with a history of trauma related to any of these precaution. Naturally, a game about vampires will also involve blood and sexual themes. Strong language is also present. Vampire Therapist was developed in consultation with licensed therapists. Oh, that's really interesting. But it should not be considered a substitute for therapy unless you're a vampire. I'll get Volpe on here. Yeah, so that's really interesting. I'm glad that they did so much research into this, because there's a lot of TikTok therapists out there. This is fun. I genuinely, I know only a little bit about what this game is. I'm so excited to learn more.
My name is Sam Walls.
Whoa.
And I'm a dead man. Well, kinda dead at least. See, I'm a vampire. Now, if you think that means all that Dracula hooey, like hissing, wearing skin-tight leather, and hunting mortals for sport, I wouldn't blame you one bit. That's exactly the sort of thing I did in my younger years with my former gang.
I didn't skip, I promise.
And let me tell you, a vampire who's good with a gun can be a real I got lucky, though.
Whoa.
I met some kind mortals
Hey.
who saw beyond my fangs.
Oh.
Taught me my letters and showed me how my thinking was keeping me from finding any kind of peace. After they passed on, I roamed America's majestic wilderness.
I think I know the issue. I turned up the text too fast for the dialogue. My bad.
I found what I realized was it ain't fangs that make us monsters.
Actually,
it's the self-defeat.
You know what? Hold on, because I don't want that to keep doing as is. I'm gonna fix it. I think that's because of how I loaded up the text because I didn't realize how much voicing there was. So let's let's fix that. Because I swear I'm not clicking off or anything like that. Yeah. So how about we just go here for now, and then we'll leave it at that because I didn't realize it would skip voice acted dialogue. That sucks. So okay, let's do this again. So sorry about that.
My name is Sam Walls, and I'm a dead man. Well, kinda dead at least.
See, there we go.
I'm a vampire. Now, if you think that means all that
okay,
Dracula hooey, like hissing, wearing skin-tight leather, and hunting mortals for sport, I wouldn't blame you one bit.
Love me a southern vampire.
That's exactly the sort of thing I did in my younger years with my former gang. And let me tell you, a vampire who's good with a gun can be a real terror. I got lucky, though. I met some kind mortals who saw beyond my fangs. They taught me my letters and showed me how my thinking was keeping me from finding any kind of peace. After they passed on, I roamed America's majestic wilderness for nigh on 90 years, figuring out myself and what it means to be a vampire. And I found revelation. What I realized was, it ain't fangs that make us monsters. It's the self-defeating ways we think.
This is a really nice thought.
Anywho, as the world started getting smaller, my old vampire gang tracked me down. Them being my kin, I wanted to help them see the world like I did, but they still have the same monster mindset I used to have. Good thing I'm a quick draw.
Yeehaw!
I got hooked up with this newfangled internet thing and found a vampire who's helping my kin find their way. Fella named Andromachos, supposed to be 3,000 years old.
Wow.
He invited me to come out to Europe to learn from him. I figure someone older than time has got to have the answers.
You might be C 1989.
I'm going on a trip, I guess. This feels like my opportunity to do some good in the world. I've been looking, and now it's time to give back.
That's really nice.
Vampires ain't monsters. Or at least, they don't have to be. And come hell or high water, I'm gonna prove it to them.
Yeehaw. That's so charming. I love that. What a fun little concept. Imenach.
Well, I think this is the address. Number 27, Clean Flitter Mouse Streeb?
Yeah, listen, my German ain't good either. Strasse? Oh, fuck. How do you pronounce it? It's like a ch or a sh sound, right? Strasse?
Sure is a hell of a lot of ruckus for this time of night. People stay up late here.
Boom, 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 boom. Ooh, yeah, Germany. Ooh, yeah. I assume Germany.
Wait a minute. These folk are vampires. Better watch myself.
Sir, you're also a vampire.
Guten Abend, folks.
Yeah.
Sprechen Sie English?
Breaking say English. Oh my god, I love German in a I love German in a southern accent. Guten Abend, folks. So breaking say English.
Ja, hallo, Perfect, huh? Are you here to party with us at the hottest club?
Oh my god, there he is. Matt Mercer. It has to be, I think. Oh, sorry. Ask about the club.
What's so special about this club?
Immernacht is the greatest club aller Zeiten. The owner makes sure everyone has a good time.
Ja.
If anyone acts without respect, they are banned from the club forever.
I love Matt doing a German
You are free to
accent.
do and be whatever you like, as long as you are harming no one.
Well, that's nice.
Und I hear that they are now attracting sexy old cowboys.
Yeehaw.
Shh, Maxie, he is old enough to be your grandfather.
Oh, come on now. You're just flattering me. I'm only a couple 100 years old.
Oh mein Gott.
Oh
he
mein
is so
Gott.
cute, Reinhard. Can I keep him?
I'm here to party, baby. Anyway.
I'm looking for Andromachos.
You mean the club owner? Ja, that is why we are
Yeah.
here.
If we are lucky, he will invite us to the private party at the end of the night.
Oh my god, I love this.
Well, what happens there?
I think maybe it is too kinky for Americans to hear.
Germans be getting wild, that is true.
I don't think what I'm wearing will fit the dress code.
I think you're perfect.
The cowboy look is total sexy, but
It's total
get a bit sweaty.
sexy. But you get a bit sweaty. So good.
I hope we will all get a bit sweaty.
Good thing we run a little on the cold side, huh?
He's so funny.
Don't worry, my Liebling. We make each other warm.
Oh my god. Mein Liebling.
Reinhard, stop. Don't scare the American. I want to do that.
This is so funny.
Maxie Liebchen, you're so naughty tonight.
Stop. This is really good.
No, you are the naughty one.
Oh, I definitely ain't an American no more.
This is so funny. Anyway, I'm here to
I can
party.
cut loose. What kind of party is this?
The kind where we dance all night and get sexy.
Oh, here are them kind of vampires.
Ach so, there are better things to suck than blood, oder?
Ooh. Matthew. Oh my god.
Although we have to get past the bouncer first. If we do not, I'm thinking our night is ruined.
Oh, wait a sec. There's something about what you just said. I can feel it.
Oh yeah, we're
It
pulsating.
reminds me of one of my revelations about the funny patterns in the way we vampires think. Well, let's see. One type of thinking I noticed I called hot branding.
Hot branding.
That's when we brand ourselves with names we can't get rid of. There's high noon mind. Treat the situation like it's a do or die showdown. And there's saloon thinking. That's when we act either helpless or invincible, like we've just drunk a pint of moonshine.
Interesting.
I can always check my journal if I need examples.
Yeah.
Kept all my notes about the funny ways we vampires think in there.
Interesting.
I think I know which one of them funny ways they're thinking in, though. Hold on, compadres. You seem like the kind who can make their own fun.
I don't want to have my own fun. Immernacht is the only place to be on Friday night.
This is so fascinating. Hold on. Collected notes of Sam Walls. Private property reward if found. Cowboy bloodsucker. Heal.com. This is so cute. Wow. Bookmarks. I found this old notebook and figured I'd take it with me to Europe. I figured it'll help me organize my thoughts. I'll separate it into sections so I can jump to them right quick. That way when I need to get... Listen to me. That way when I need to get to a particular section of my notes, all I gotta do is hop on over to that section. Easy as falling off a horse. And falling off a horse is real easy. Interesting. Funny way we think. Realize we vampires can think in funny ways sometimes. Like reality is right in front of us and we just can't see it. Heck, I'm pretty sure it's all humans who do that, not just vampires. You do think funny thinking in particular ways, so I figured I'd write them down so I don't forget them. I'll include examples so I remember how they work. How do man? Sometimes things can seem black and white, win or lose, famine or feast, live or die, like everything's a big showdown. You got only two options to end up with a stake in the heart. That's high new mind. Getting extremes, ignoring all the in-between. We stress ourselves out and stakes are high. If I can't get the best saddle, my butt's gonna break, ain't no doubt. Either I show up ready to win the rodeo, I better just not show up. Say the Wild West. I see. Interesting. You have a feeling responsibility or self-control, usually neither is true. Feeling hopeless don't mean we're powerless, and feeling untouchable don't mean we're invincible. That's saloon thinking either way. Examples, in my dark powers, vampires shall dominate the mortal world. If a mortal discovers our secret, it's entirely my responsibility to deal with it. I can't deal with the bureaucracy of international travel with my coffin. I'm stuck in the USA forever. Hot branded. Sometimes calls herself awful names like I'm a failure, I'm unlikable. It's like burning ourselves with a big old branding iron. Every time we look at ourselves, we keep seeing those names. Hot brand is just calling ourselves names that do no good. I miss that shot. I'm such a butterfingers. Crying over a horse who's sappy as hell. That fella doesn't look like wearing leather. He's only a vampire. Doesn't like wearing leather. He's only a vampire wannabe. That's so funny. When I start getting therapy clients, I'll put my notes about them here and update after every session. Cross my fingers. So cute. Good morning, darling. Welcome in. This is not my official notes journal. It's been about a week since I boarded the Monsters Seas cruise ship, and I gotta say, I feel finer than frog hair. People here are eating and screwing like there's no tomorrow on account of the fact that we're in the middle of the ocean. I drank from more necks in last week than I can count. Since the ship's open all night, I rode a water slide for the first time in my unlife. People were laughing at me for saying yeehaw, but what else do you say to experience like that? That's so cute. Landed in Rotterdam the other day, in Amsterdam, and now arranging transportation for my coffin. It's Southern vampires, my weakness too. Did some vampire sightseeing and prayed to the heathens for a long time. Went to a vampire coffee shop. They funnel in stoners from upstairs to a secret club, and everyone has himself a grand old time. Gave me the munchies something fierce. I could go for some blood chips, extra sodium if you please. Writing from Berlin today. Oh, Berlin. Oh, okay, I see. Heading to Leipzig tomorrow night, but figured I should check things out here. So we're Berlin. Yeah. We got a couple of people are up to do now all kinds of kinky stuff. I'm pushing a quarter of a millennium in years, but these folks could give me some lessons, and did. Met some fine folk too. Apparently they got a nice art scene here. There's even some local funding for a video game development. Ain't this some kind of world? I can't believe people are still playing Star Invaders and whatnot. I like it here. I don't even speak German. That's so cute. Ain't nothing more to read. That's so cute. Oh, look at our beautiful southern vampire here. He's so handsome. Oh my god. Anyway, sorry, we were busy. That's a high new mine, I'm pretty sure. Let me go back. Sometimes win or lose if I can't. Okay.
Amigos, you're putting too much weight on this thing. It's a nightclub, not a high noon showdown. The night's full of possibilities.
I think that's right.
Reinhardt, I don't know what this means, but I like the way the sexy American talks.
You make us think that maybe it is better.
Oh my
if we
God,
haven't
Matthew.
gotten to the club, because we are now meeting you.
Wow. Matthew Mercer, you and your accents are so funny.
Hey, if meeting me makes her not better, I'm glad we met. I really gotta find Andromachos, though.
You have to get past the bouncer.
The
He decides who
bouncer.
gets in and who doesn't. And he hasn't looked our way all night.
Maybe I can help you guys get in.
Maybe I'll have a little word with him.
Yeah.
Excuse me, friend.
Whoa,
I hear you're
yeehaw.
hard to talk to around these parts.
What a dope ass looking Nosferatu. Listen, I'm gonna refer to so many different vampires in terms of Vampire the Masquerade. It's just my nature.
I'm here to see Andromachos.
Please.
Have fun, mate.
Have fun, mate.
Hey, thanks, amigo. You have yourself a fine night, you hear?
Cowboy, what about us?
What about us? Bring them joy. Why would I not want
Friends
to?
of mine.
Have fun, mate.
Thank you.
Well, come on, you two. We ain't got all night. Yeah.
Yeah. So cute. Ooh, 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 bumping. Oh, this is so good. Fuck, I love this music.
Come on, my liver, dance with us.
Ooh, I'm dancing.
Oh, you kids have fun. I'll catch up with you later. Tarnation, I'd rather hear a gopher giving birth than this.
It's good. I love it.
I better talk to whoever's slinging drinks in this here saloon. They ought to know where Andromachos is.
Oh, fuck. And I love the setting and everything. Is there a way to, like... No.
Pardon me,
Okay.
ma'am.
I wanted to try to hide the HUD so I can look at this beautiful background design.
Well, well.
Oh, speaking of beautiful, hey.
There's fashion in here, but not usually the 1880s. What can I get you, cowboy? The special's Red Bull and vodka. You down?
Ooh, sounds
Another
good.
drink. Red Bull.
Real.
I'm actually looking for the owner. He around tonight?
Might be. What do you say your name was?
Sam Walls, begging your pardon.
Begging your pardon. Oh, God. They're coming for me. Beautiful, handsome, southern gentleman cowboy. Oh, my Lord.
Sam Walls, huh? I don't think I know anything about a Sam Walls. After all, I'm just a know-nothing bartender.
Now, don't label yourself that. Come now. It's Hot Brandon, I believe. Awful names, yeah.
From where I'm standing, I see someone with style and confidence, not just a
Real.
drink machine. Don't go branding yourself like that's all you are.
Don't you go worrying about me, cowboy. The man upstairs warned me you were coming. I was just testing to see if you are who you say you are. Tell you what, let me give you something from our special reserve.
Ooh.
I don't think you're looking for booze.
Maybe I'm looking for company.
Well, thank you kindly, ma'am.
Thank you
I was wondering
kindly.
where the blood was. I met some vampires outside, so I figured this was a vampire club.
You met some
Yeah,
goths,
some
huh?
goths.
They're here to dance and have fun.
So all these people are mortals?
How do you think the head vampire gets his blood? They can't wait to share it with him. It's a special experience.
Yeah, ghouls everywhere.
He's the only real vampire here. Well, him and Bert.
I want to know Bert.
Bert.
You met him already.
Oh, yeah.
Bert, shuffle on over here.
Bert. Hey, big man.
This one's here to see the big guy. Show him upstairs, okay?
You met a couple of goths.
Have fun, mate.
Thank you.
Good luck up there, cowboy. Hope you find what you're looking for.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you kindly. Oh, God, I love this music. This techno is so good.
Howdy. It's Sam Walls to see you, sir. The guy who's been sending you all them V-mails.
Them females.
Yes, I know who you are, Samuel.
Ooh.
You have come here because you believe you can help our kin.
God damn. Oh. Oh.
The question
Oh
is,
my God.
are you first able to help yourself?
Whoa. Sure. Well, if you're talking about me personally, I'm gonna have to get back to you on that, Chief. But Sam seems like a competent man, and I want to say he
I've
can
been
help
fixing
himself.
myself for more than a century.
Yeah,
I don't think I need help.
yeah,
Then you must prepare to learn a most difficult lesson.
sure.
We all need help, Samuel. I
Aw.
am pleased that you have come to receive mine.
Wow. God damn, look at him. Holy shit. What a man.
Dang, you scared the heck out of me.
You must allow an ancient vampire his games. He will play them regardless.
So real.
Please, sit down. What an absolute pleasure it is to meet you at
my
last.
God, I love
found your
him.
messages most intriguing.
Afraid there ain't much here in the way of intrigue. I'm just a lonesome cowboy looking for answers.
You know, I receive emails every day from vampires seeking my help. You are the very first to seek my aid in helping others. This alone makes you intriguing.
Well, dang. I think you're going to be sorely disappointed when you get to talking to me. I'm just honored you're giving me the time of night.
I have unlimited time, Samuel.
I have
I'm pleased to
unlimited
share some
time,
of it with
Samuel.
you. Our kind can be rather set in their ways. It is inspiring to see someone so young and eager to learn.
Yeah, well, I wasn't much for learning when I was alive. Just making up for lost time, I guess.
It sounds as though you have been handling your own life better than most. I was particularly intrigued by these revelations you had while walking in nature.
Oh, yeah, them. Well, I give walking the credit. Nothing sorts my thoughts out better. After a few decades, I started seeing patterns in the way we vampires think.
Can you explain some of these patterns?
I've tried to explain them to other vampires, but it ain't never gone well. I can try, though. See, we tend to assume certain things just because we've been believing them since we were alive. Or we decide the world's against us just because we're hungry or tired or something. And when we start tackling problems that ain't real, we ain't fixing our real problems. That make any kind of sense?
I love Sam.
Fascinating, Samuel. These revelations that you had in the woods, mortal psychologists have a term for them. They are called cognitive distortions.
Cognitive whoozy what now?
Cognitive distortions. They are exactly as you described them. I will explain in a moment. Please, tell me about these specific revelations you had.
High new mind.
I noticed how we stress ourselves out by making everything a battle of do-or-die absolutes. High noon mind, I call it. Like that feeling you get right before a big shootout.
This is so. I love the way that he's like putting actual, like, I guess I want to say medical terminology, but it would kind of be like therapy terminology into his own way of thinking. Is really cute and charming.
I must confess I have no experience with this feeling. I engaged in mortal combat long before the age of gunpowder. But the sentiment you describe mirrors the words of my old friend Marcus Aurelius.
Marcus Aurelius.
He used to say that the magnitude of life's challenges often turn us into our worst selves.
Good old Marcus Aurelius.
You mean Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor?
Yeah, Marky.
Of course, his name was Marcus. Marcus was a bedroom name.
Oh.
You mean you and the emperor were...
It was ancient Rome. Penetration was similar to a handshake.
So real.
My apologies. I somehow forgot you were American. But let us discuss this high noon time.
Is like American people just really offended by like sexual innuendos and talking? But all right, well, whatever. Anyway,
Broaden your definition. Mortal psychologists call this phenomenon of
Polarized,
binary
yeah.
thought polarized thinking, but I like to call it Nosferatu thinking.
Nosferatu thinking?
It means you are thinking in black and white.
I get it. That's pretty funny.
I believe it encompasses the breadth of the distortion.
oh, that is funny.
One
Yeah.
is not flatly weak or strong, good or evil, smart or stupid, a success or a failure. The truth is far more complex and colorful. Not every high noon gunfight ends in oblivion, correct?
But yeah, that's true. Getting shot still ain't fun, but it ain't the end neither.
A perfect example, Samuel. Now, try to catch me using Nosferatu thinking.
Okay.
I will give you a series of statements, and one of them will contain Nosferatu thinking. I will repeat them if you miss it.
Okay.
If I do not drink blood, I will surely die.
Well, I mean, you're a vampire, so that sounds right.
Death eventually comes for us all.
That is true.
Mortals will always fear our kind.
It's been shown that not quite.
Did you miss my Nosferatu thinking? Let me start over. If I do not drink blood, I will surely die. Death eventually comes for us all. Mortals will always fear our kind.
I think this is true, but technically, as a vampire, death doesn't come for you. but it can happen.
That's Nosferatu thinking right there. I've met mortals who knew
that's
who
what
I
I
was
thought.
and weren't scared.
Very good, Samuel. And even if you hadn't, to say mortals will always fear us ends any hope that they might
Yeah,
not.
yeah, that's what I thought too.
Always is such a terminal
Yes.
word, is it not?
Yes.
Would you like to discuss more of your revelations with me?
Yes.
I realize that as vampires, we can get the feeling of the power that comes with immortality and strength, but then we get hopeless and aimless over time.
God, he's so handsome.
It's kind of like the fella you see in the saloon at the bottom of a bottle of whiskey. Either he thinks he can fight everyone, or he's crying into them last drops because he thinks life's hopeless. It's saloon thinking. Two extremes that probably ain't true.
A fascinating observation, Samuel. Your saloon thinking was described in my time as the battle between hubris and nemesis, the twin excesses of arrogance and self-pity.
Fascinating.
Oh man, it make me wish I'd gotten some schooling. Maybe I would have figured this stuff out earlier.
No, it's okay, Sam.
You live forever, my friend. There is no rush.
Yeah, exactly.
What you have identified is a phenomenon where individuals perceive either an illusion of control or a lack of control. Mortal psychologists call this phenomenon you have described a control fallacy.
Interesting.
Rarely do we have complete power over our situations or no power at all. But we create this illusion that stops us from attempting to change our perceived situations.
This is fascinating to me.
Yeah, you're right about that. I used to think I'd never get away from my gang. And maybe that's what made me stick with them for so long.
I didn't realize they would be like so sincerely in depth. This is like, oh, this is so fascinating to me.
Yes, you see how cognitive distortions keep us from facing reality, whatever that reality may be.
Sorry, chat. I just realized that I gotta shrink you a little bit. Because you're, in the way of my man. Okay, back to it.
Of course, I am so old and powerful that I am always in control.
Of course, of course. Oh, hello? Hold on. There we go. Oh, we're changing the names. Control fallacy, hot Brandon. Cool, cool, cool. Tight. Oh, is that...
You're testing me, ain't you?
Oh,
That's
I
a
see,
control
I see.
fallacy right there.
Well done, Samuel. I am indeed very powerful, but the cosmos holds no awareness of Andromachos.
Andromachos. Where's he from? What is that? I mean, if we're... with him being as old as he is, he's probably... I don't know if I would go as old as to say Sumerian, but... somewhere around there.
Of course, out with your analogy about the man at the bottom of a whiskey bottle, a control fallacy can be positive or negative. Listen to my next few statements and try to find a control fallacy. Simply let me continue if you do not detect one. The sun will eventually burn out. I will roam a cold, dead earth, and there is little I can do about it.
I mean... one of that is true. The sun will die eventually.
My kitty cat died. I shall be lonely forever. I shall never feel the warm sun upon my skin again.
Well, maybe.
I shall never feel the warm sun upon my skin again. You didn't catch my control fallacy.
No, I got
Burn
you.
out. I will roam a cold, dead earth.
Well, that sounds like one of them control fallacies. With all eternity, heck, I think you could do something to save the sun.
Well, that's
I
not it.
applaud your optimism and ambition, Samuel, but some things we must be prepared to
Yeah,
accept.
that's what I thought. I'm
The
like,
death of
well, the sun
one of
is
them.
definitely going to go
But
out,
let us
but
continue.
I don't think with the sun going out, you will still wander the earth, because I don't think the earth will be habitable.
My kitty cat died. I shall be lonely forever.
I also don't think that this is right, because obviously you'll be upset, but like there's but that feels more like this one.
Pay attention, Samuel. We are considering
Oh,
only
okay,
my
okay.
kitty cat died.
I'm sorry about your sweet kitty, but you can always pick up a new one. Or there's lots of them just waiting for a loving home, so you don't need to be lonely.
It was just an example, Samuel.
Yeah, that's
Well
what I
spotted.
think.
But I do speak from experience. I felt this way once when a pharaoh I was dating had our cat mummified.
Damn.
I went into a murderous depression that nearly decimated the continent. But I had the power to help myself all along by adopting a new friend in need of a home.
Oh, dang, don't let me get on your bad side.
I doubt you shall see it, Samuel. Did you have more revelations to tell me about?
Yeah.
See, I used to be in a gang. They were my whole existence. If you asked me who I was, I would have said, I'm a murdering bastard. Once I got away, I realized how small-minded that was. I was Sam before I was a murdering bastard, but that's how I was choosing to brand myself. My old gang's still around, and they're still branding themselves like that. They can't see themselves as anything but killers.
Very astute, Samuel. I favor the clinical term, however.
Labeling,
which
yeah.
is labeling. You correctly discovered that labeling is a reductive act. When we call ourselves names, even if we find them accurate, we create prophecies we are doomed to fulfill. For millennia, I thought of myself as a killer. It was not untrue that killing was how I made my way in the world. I was an unstoppable warrior and assassin.
Oh my god, that's so sexy.
But with this label, I limited myself for ages. I did not only kill people, I also killed potential aspirations I might have had. See whether you can catch me doing some labeling in my next few statements.
Okay, King. My liege. I see. We have new notations.
I
All
am
right.
so old, I am ancient.
I mean, you are.
Call me whatever you like, but don't call me late for dinner.
That's so cute.
How shall I describe myself? Yes, I am a mass murderer.
I think you are.
It seems you have missed.
No,
I
no,
am
no, no.
so old, I am ancient.
I think you are ancient.
Call me whatever you like, but don't call me late for dinner.
This is so cute.
How shall I describe myself? Yes, I am a mass murderer.
But he's so sexy. I think he's allowed to be a mass murderer.
Well, that's about as clear a labeling as it gets. Yeah, we vampires tend to do a lot of killing, but reducing ourselves to killers ain't doing us any favors.
Excellent, Samuel.
Excellent,
you
Samuel.
are correct. Labels can be cages that we lock ourselves in. I was
I
mere
was a
for
murderer.
most of my existence because that is how I labeled myself.
Yeah, I did the same thing. Sam Walls, the murderer, reprobate, and good for nothing.
But you did murder people. I'm just saying.
Those are not how I would describe the Sam Walls I see before me.
Neither.
Did you have more revelations to tell me about?
No, that's it.
I think that's all of them. Or at least the ones that were the most obvious to me.
That you recognize the concept of cognitive distortions at all is most impressive, Samuel. What took me nearly 3 millennia to understand took you merely 2 centuries.
Merely 2 centuries.
Oh, come on, you're just flattering me. I'm just a dope stumbling his way through one life.
Now, Sam.
Are you now? Tell me, Samuel.
Yeah.
What kind of cognitive distortion are you exhibiting when you call yourself a dope?
That's this one, I think.
You know the answer, Samuel. Admitting it as
Oh,
Samuel,
whoops.
what kind of cognitive distortion?
I guess
Yeah,
it's
I'm
labeling.
doing some labeling. I gotta watch myself, huh?
Oh, this is really cute. Because then he's trying to help him with his cognitive dissonance.
As long
That's
as
so
we retain
cute.
any humanity, we will have cognitive distortions. What we are aiming for is not to become perfect beings, but to understand and accept ourselves.
It is a lot of therapy is all about just changing the way how you think about things. In my experiences with depression and everything, it's just a matter of how like a lot of things become hard for me that are easy for other people. So, you know, it makes me feel really bad when I'm just like, wow, there's other people out there who can do this so much easier than me. Why can't I? But it's just a matter of like putting it into ways that will make it easier for me, and also just not allowing yourself to compare yourself to others. Everybody's different. Everybody handles things in different ways.
As long as we can recognize cognitive distortions, we can address our real challenges.
Exactly.
One cannot drink blood from a straw man, after all.
Huh. I ain't never heard that one before, but I like it.
If it helps solidify the concept in your mind, then I am well satisfied. I know you came to learn from me, so I will do my best to honor your good intentions. Let us ensure that you understand the concepts of labeling, control fallacies, and Nosferatu thinking. I will give you a series of statements, and each one will contain a cognitive distortion for you to identify. I will begin.
Oh my god, he's so handsome.
If I invite over my vampire friends, I know I'm going to have to deal with guano all over the place when they turn into bats at the end of the night.
Unlearning bad behaviors like that in therapy now. All these are all things my favorite therapist. Yeah. So if you missed this previously, they said that they did a lot of research and worked with actual therapists in making this game. So a lot of the terminology and the verbiage that the wordage that they're using and the ways that they're going about explaining how the cognition works is all like textbook therapy speak. So this is really charming. If I invited my family, that is I think that's control fallacy, because it's like, oh, I'm gonna have to deal with it. Oh, go back. Okay. But I also think it's this one. Yeah, it's really cool. Show the... Yeah. Cause I think it's either this one or this one. I get these a little bit. Well, we'll see. I'm gonna say it's...
Well, that ain't right. He's acting powerless, like a man clinging to the whiskey bottle.
Okay.
What Andromaco say that
If I invite over my vampire friends, I know I'm going to have to deal with guano all over the place when they turn into bats.
Feeling responsibility. Okay. Yeah, it is then.
Well, that there's a control fallacy, sir. You're acting like you've got no control, but
oh,
you
that's
could
true.
lay down some ground rules.
I see.
For
I understand.
Or some newspaper.
Or express concern to my friends that they have not been toilet trained. Very good, Samuel.
Okay.
Let me try another.
I understand.
I am Andromachos, the ancient darkness, the scourge of the Mediterranean.
I was thinking that too. I was so close. Well, I was kind of there. I was saying Sumerian, which is around the area. I would say that's quite a label.
Well, that's definitely some intense labeling. Those are some hard names to get over.
Yeah, but they're sexy.
You are not wrong. Those names followed me for millennia. It was most stifling. Let me try another then. If my club's revenues do not significantly increase, I will end up living on the street.
Oh, Jesus, I have this thought all the time. Not necessarily in this vein, but I'm just like, yeah, I'm going to miss out on blank and blank, and then I'm going to get evicted and live on the street.
That there's got to be Nosferatu thinking. There's a huge space between making a ton of profit and living on the street.
Indeed, you are correct. I run my club at a considerable loss, but 3,000 years of banking interest means that money is not
exactly.
to me anyway.
When he say he got old money, he got old money.
Samuel, now I am not only intrigued by you, but also impressed. I would very much like to teach you my ways, but I must demand something of you first.
Oh, sure. Whatever I can get you, handsome.
I'm here to learn.
What if they kiss right now? Oh my god.
You must receive therapy yourself.
Oh.
I will not have you seeing clients without a commitment to your own mental health.
Wow. The therapist for the therapy.
Oh, now, hold on just a minute. I don't know that I need therapy. I'm feeling pretty good about myself these days.
Samuel, we all need therapy to live in this world. You have been speaking in cognitive distortions since the moment you walked into my office.
Wow.
I have. I didn't even notice.
They are most insidious, but I am here to help you identify and challenge them.
Wow.
You have walked alone for too long, Samuel. Allow me to share my experience with you.
Well, all right, if you say so. I appreciate your taking the time to work on this old cowpoke.
We have all the time in the world, Samuel.
All the time in the
But
world.
for now, you must be eager for something fresh. Please, dance.
Dance.
Drink your fill. We will begin tomorrow.
Oh my God. He's so
Okay,
gorgeous.
then. Well, sir, it's been an honor.
Oh, can we kiss before I
You don't
go?
have to call me sir, you know.
All right, then, Andromachos.
Andromachos.
And Stromaho.
Hey, Andromachos.
My king.
Andromachos.
He's so cute.
Just call me Andy.
Andy! Stop it. That's so cute. Stop. Andy. Not even like an Andrew or Andy. Good old Andy boy. Andromachos.
All right, Andy.
Oh my
I'll see you
God.
tomorrow then.
This is so funny. I love this. I love this so much. Ooh, back to bumping.
Dang, look at all them mortals sweating, blood pumping. I am thirsty, but there ain't no power on this earth that'll get me on a dance floor.
Why not? God, this music slaps. We all make cognitive distortions. Beat us with other ways, categorize our thoughts. We examine more than one distortion at the same time. Identifying cognitive distortion, one tool is being compassion, some best tools. All right. Ain't nothing more to read. Wait. What did I miss in the... Oh, never mind.
Maybe I'll see if the bartender's got anything for me.
Oh, let me see her again. She's so beautiful.
If
Hey,
it's
Clint
How'd it
Eastwood.
go, cowboy?
Seems I'll be sticking around. Guess I better get used to things around here.
Good to hear. About time someone helped Andy with his work. Seems
Andy.
you vampires have a lot of problems to fix.
Oh, yeah.
Name's Crimson, by the way.
Hello, ma'am.
Fine meeting you, Crimson. How do you know so much about what Andy's doing?
Pillow talk. I'm his blood partner.
Ah.
No shit. How's a mortal get hooked up with an ancient vampire?
I'm a rock climber. I stumbled into one of his lairs in Madagascar, found a cave while climbing a mountain, and there he was, naked in a hot tub.
Ah, the dream.
Dang. Must have been a sight.
You ain't kidding, cowboy. Didn't expect a luxury apartment with a gorgeous naked vampire inside of a mountain.
That's crazy. I gotta start getting updated on my on my vampire creations when I do Vampire the Masquerade.
We hit it off, and he asked me to come back here with him. I like an adventure, so I said, what the hell? I'll date the gorgeous Dracula.
Absolutely.
But what are you doing talking to me, cowboy? The blood's running hot on the dance floor, and these kids don't mind a little biting.
Ain't no way I'm dancing. There's gotta be a better way to get something fresh to drink.
Reinhard.
Oh my God, hey.
It's the sexy old guy again.
You should buy us a drink, old guy. You'll probably get lucky. Actually, you will definitely get lucky.
Oh my God, Matthew.
Pleasures of the flesh ain't exactly what I'm after tonight.
Are you sure?
That's because you haven't experienced these pleasures with us yet.
With
Buy us
us,
a drink
yeah.
and you will discover great satisfaction by us.
Not their type. Alcohol's bad for them. You don't have any money. I don't want to be rude. I don't want to be rude. Maybe I ain't got no money.
I I ain't buying you a drink. All I got are good old-fashioned dollars.
I like American money. All we have on our money are buildings. You have most the sexy old men.
All right, I'll buy it. Which of them old men are sexy?
Is it Benjamin?
I like Hamilton. His posture is just so powerful.
This is so funny.
There is a dollar coin that has Eisenhower's face on it.
Oh, you are right. Eisenhower is, how do you Americans say, a snack?
A snack.
I get it. You like older men.
Good for them. Oh my god. Oh, this is so funny. I love this. Oh, are we just going through the gambit?
I ain't buying you a drink. I think I'd be insulting your economic status.
Mein Lieber, don't
Mein
worry about
Lieber.
us. We just like to feel special. We have lucrative jobs in IT.
Oh, of course, of course.
Oh, yeah? Well, maybe you can help me. See, my printer died again. Getting real tired of these things.
Oh, please, we are here to party. But get a laser printer.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for the tip. That ink seems to be more valuable than blood.
I guess we're just running through the gambit. They seem to take things really, really well. Oh my god, that's so funny. Hold on, let me, give me 1 second. I'm just fixing something. Okay. There we go. Good. I don't think that, well, it is bad for you,
I
but
ain't buying you a drink. This stuff's terrible for you.
Are you making a joke?
we're at a
You're
bar.
at a bar.
It's okay. He's just trying to be protective. Aren't you, Opa?
You know, I
Opar.
think the drinks here ain't strong enough for you, too. I ain't buying you a drink. You ain't exactly my type.
Well, you can be
We
nicer
don't
about
want
it.
to marry you. We just want to have fun with you.
Oh my god.
You kids are too much.
You kids.
Well, these kids just ain't gonna leave me alone.
Yeah, apparently. Come on, come on.
Stop teasing the cowboy, Kinder. They're just messing with you. Drinks are free here.
Really?
Dang, really? Ain't never been to a saloon with free hooch.
Real?
Call it a drink exchange.
Huh. So, everyone here knows they might be sharing blood?
Only as long as there's consent.
Wow.
A safe environment here.
That's
Why don't
nice.
you take Reinhard and Maxie here back to the kink room?
Oh my god. We got a red room?
Wait, kink room?
Or a black
You're
room?
not in Kansas anymore, cowboy.
Yeah.
We are not afraid of sex here.
Oh my god, I love it here.
I'm from Missouri, but, point
From
taken.
Missouri.
Nobody has to do anything
That's
they
true,
don't
that's
wanna
true,
do
that's
in
true.
there. Just have fun and drink your fill, handsome. I'm sure I'll be seeing plenty of you.
You sure will be.
Maxie, Reinhard, this is one of our special customers.
Am I gonna have to pull out the... am I gonna have to pull out the... Hold on. Maybe just a little... just in case. Hold on. Just in case.
Ach so, ein Vampir. I'm thinking
Ein
wir all
Vampir.
get to lesen.
My neck scrubs with anticipation.
Dang. Guess I'm going to a kink room then. Thanks, Crimson.
I knew a man
Ooh,
who wore
these
this
are
much
beautiful.
leather couldn't be boring.
Yeah, well, you got me pegged.
Oh god, I hope so.
Is that what we are doing now?
Yeah.
Give me the document and I will sign myself up for it.
Oh my god. Thank you, Queen.
I really ain't in Missouri no more. Look, I'm more into biting.
Oh, your teeth look perfect. Are you going to bite me?
Oh
with
my god. Oh my god.
That's the plan. Who's going first?
Oh, me.
Stop it.
Well, step right on up.
Oh.
Du Dummkopf. Du hast mir in die Arterie gebissen.
Me too.
Well, quit moving.
Oh, das hat sich gut angefühlt.
That's you.
Oh, that's a good thing.
Is it my turn yet?
Sure thing. Come on over.
This is incredible. Oh, Jesus. Girl, you know the first thing to do is to take off your collar. Ah, motherfucker.
Ouch! Meine Arterien!
Dang, let me try
My
that.
arteries. Girl, you know you should be taking off your collar.
Heart, the hot old vampire wore me out.
Me too, Maxie. I feel as though I have set up a mail server.
All right, make sure you get lots of rest, drink your orange juice, replenish those electrolytes, you'll be good.
Reinhard, mein Zuckerfledermaus.
My wife?
Müde sexy zu sein.
Ich bin du. Oh, God. My German is so bad. Zuckerfledermaus. Isn't that... hold on. Let me double check. Is that's my little bat, right? Like Fluttermouse is bat. Yeah. Dr. Fledermaus, which is bat. What's Zucker in front of Fledermaus? But yeah, because it's like saying Flittermouse, so it's like little flying mouse is bat, and that's so cute to me.
I will get us a taxi cab, Liebchen.
Liebchen.
Und du, cowboy? Next time we will talk about that thing you mentioned earlier.
Oh, yeah, sure thing, fella. You can help me with my new laser printer.
Oh yes,
Now I got
that.
something to drink. I should probably get to my coffin.
Sounds good, King. Oh my God, this is so funny. I love this. Oh, sorry, hold on.
Samuel, wait a moment.
Oh,
I see
hi.
you got your fill. Are you heading out?
Yeah, I figure I could use some shut-eye.
God,
Locked
his
up a
voice is
coffin
so
over at the
beautiful.
storage center.
Storage center. Please, you can use my guest coffin.
My guest coffin,
You must
please.
be well rested for the challenges ahead.
Guess I got a big night tomorrow, huh? I should get a good day's sleep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wonderful. Please, follow me.
Well, dang.
Whoa.
This is mighty plush. Guess it's one of them smart coffins.
Smart coffin. I can totally imagine with the modern age for vampires and upgrading their coffins is just gonna look like this. They got a TV in there. Oh my God, this is great.
Let's see what's on TV. Hey, I remember this movie. We were so proud to finally get some representation.
Wow, am I gonna get copyrighted looking
Not
at
sure I
this?
should stay up watching movies, though.
Oh,
Well, ain't much else to do in here. I think it's about time I hit the hay. Hope I'm cut out for all this.
I believe in you, Sam. You gotta think positively, Sam.
Samuel, good evening.
Good
I hope you slept
evening.
well.
Like the dead, as they say.
I was hoping to save you some breakfast, but I've already sent them on their way.
Ah, that's okay.
Oh, that's all right. I'm still pretty full from last night. Them goth types were practically throwing themselves at me.
I am not surprised. Perhaps I should be concerned that some of my guests will follow you home.
I'm
Well,
sure.
gosh, if I still had mortal circulation, I'd be blushing.
Why are you so embarrassed, Samuel?
Ah, hell. Guess we should just save it for therapy, huh? We gonna get started now?
If you like.
Why not? I'm eager to get going. Let loose, Doc.
Very well. Let's start with the first question any therapist asks then. What brought you to me? Why is becoming a therapist so important to you?
Well, gosh, I remember what it was like. Being all angry, hungry, and scared all the time. It ain't no way to live. When I see vampires acting the way I used to, I just need to show them there's more to unlife.
And why is that up to you?
You, of all people, know how lost our kind can be. Preying on the weak, dating mortal high schoolers.
Yikes. Hi, doing good. Welcome in.
I've got to make them see their potential. That's what I'm here for. I know it.
That is a lot of responsibility to place on yourself.
If I was in a vampire club with him, I would also throw myself at him. I get it. Yeah, absolutely. A sexy vampire cowboy? Like, sign me up.
You are most perceptive. Yes. Perhaps you can tell me what it is. When you say you are here to make vampires see the world differently, in what way are you distorting reality?
I want to say it's control fallacy, because even if it's for the good.
Well, I guess that's a control fallacy,
Yeah.
right? I can't assume I'll be able to help other vampires.
Yeah,
the way I was
exactly.
helped.
Very good, Samuel. Control fallacies are hard to avoid when one feels strongly about something.
Yeah, I understand.
Your fate is not to transform every vampire
exactly,
you ever
exactly.
meet, even those who are your clients. You will do what you can do.
Exactly.
And that is enough.
That is all.
But I am eager to learn how you develop this desire to help our kin find a different way of thinking.
Well, like I told you when I first emailed you, I was a real nasty
You're
son
a
of a
real
bitch when I first
nasty
became a
son of a
vampire.
bitch.
When I look back and see what a no-account piece of shit I was,
Hey, hey,
I
hey.
ain't nothing but embarrassed.
Don't talk about yourself
It
like
all
that.
seems pretty stupid to me now. Here we are living forever and all we can do is kill. It's the dumbest thing I ever did here.
I am going to stop you for a moment. Stupid, no account piece of shit, nasty son of a bitch, dumbest thing.
I like the way he says nasty son of a bitch.
Do you hear the way you are talking about yourself?
Yeah.
With respect, sir, I earned all them names. I killed women and children. Half the ghost towns out west are my doing. I didn't think of nobody but myself.
Sure. But you're trying to
Pretend
rectify
you
your
are my
behavior.
therapist. If I sat here and called myself a no-account piece of shit, what would you tell me?
I think that's labeling, but there we go. But I also think it's no. Okay, it has to be labeling. Yeah.
I'd say you were doing some labeling. And I guess I'd tell you to look at yourself a little more kindly.
Nowadays, at least, you were definitely a murderer, but we're trying to correct better behavior.
Extend the same compassion to yourself then, Samuel. How are you to move on from being a nasty son of a bitch if you are labeling yourself? If you wish to be a guide to other vampires, you must start with compassion for them
And for
yourself. So, now that you've gotten all that horrible name-calling out of the way, please tell me, how did you find your sense of purpose?
Well, I was on the run, you see. The Wild West was ending and the Pinkertons were starting to get the better of my gang. I went into hiding and found a strange group of folks out in the country. They knew I was an outlaw right away, but they didn't judge me for it. They didn't even care that I was a vampire. They welcomed me like a friend, even shared their blood with me.
Wow.
They taught me how to appreciate the beauty of the night, and I started seeing things I'd never noticed before. They taught me my letters, philosophy, and how to question things instead of being scared of them.
Wow.
I think about them every day of my own life. They somehow freed themselves of all the judgments of the time and were better off for it.
These must have been the 19th century American transcendentalists, yes?
Yes, sir. I'm glad
Yes,
I died
sir.
when I did, because their like just don't exist no more.
Yeah.
Once my community died out, I started walking. That was something else they taught me how to do. There ain't nothing like having a walk and a think.
Yeah.
I walked in nature for about
90 years.
and
Wow.
just took in all the grace and beauty of my country.
That's amazing.
I guess I was kind of selfish, though. I should have been helping other vampires the way the Transcendentalists helped me.
Oh, no, you got to work on yourself first. That's okay. Yeah.
Why waste 90 years walking when I should have been helping others? Seems pretty obvious to me. I could have done a lot of good in that time.
Well, you did a lot of good for yourself.
But your should turns that which you could find fulfilling into a duty. You create an extrinsic motivator. Good statements are another cognitive distortion.
Yes.
Something created
I know this
by your
very
own
well.
nature asks almost nothing.
Exactly. There isn't a what you should be doing. It's just like what you can. Yeah. With arbitrary rules. Yeah. Goddamn. This should be. And then we get hot mad when our expectations aren't met. Should statements can put a lot of pressure on us, but there ain't too many universal rules. Heck, we should probably be dead because our hearts ain't beating, but it seems like that ain't true. Vampires should live in a castle. When you're in a gang needs to be your family and no one else. A cowboy must never show fear. Interesting.
Even if your should comes from a place of good,
Yeah,
it
exactly.
creates undue pressure. And what do we do once we are pressured? We resent the shoulds.
yes.
We procrastinate. And as you know, we have a lot of time to procrastinate.
You got that right. Why do today what you could do next century?
Exactly. Short statements remove the intrinsic joy from that which you find fulfilling.
Hold on, though. Ain't there some things we really should do?
Yes,
Of
but
course, there are things we must do, but nature herself tells us what they are. We invent the rest. Here, let me give you an exercise. Listen closely. See whether you can find the should statement that is a distortion.
will do.
I should go to the vampire dentist. You know what they say. If you have bad fangs, you get bad blood.
I mean, yeah, at some point.
I should drink blood today.
Yeah, that's to sustain
I
your
should
life.
take my blood partner Crimson out on a date.
That sounds nice.
I should be wary of sexually transmitted diseases.
Yes, you should.
Did you miss my should statement? Let's try again.
Okay. I'm gonna say, oops, sorry.
I should go to the vampire dentist. You know what they say. If you have bad fangs, you get bad blood.
I mean, let's try.
That's the one. No one should go to a dentist. Goddamn butchers.
So true.
That is not true. We have to go to the dentist. Our teeth are important to us.
So funny. You know, that's something I really should consider lore-wise. The value of dentistry for vampires. Really important. Though in most vampire lore, their bodies, since they remained in this perfect state, they don't degenerate or degrade or anything like that. So technically, by their natural biological functions, their teeth should remain perfect no matter what. But still, nothing wrong with going to the dentist. I doubt any vampires can have cavities because their natural healing abilities would prevent that.
How long has it been since you've seen the dentist, Samuel?
A while. Quite a while for me.
No, not since the Civil War, and I'd rather keep it that way.
Well, that was the Civil War, buddy.
We'll talk about that in another session.
Yeah.
Let's try again.
We got new fancy things nowadays. They have TVs in the dentist office. Make
I
it
should
great.
drink blood today.
I have sensitive gums though, so it kind of hurts. I think you should. That's a bodily function that has to
I should
happen.
take my blood partner Crimson out on a date.
I think this is a
Saying
should.
you should take Crimson out on a date is a should statement. You've turned something you want to do into something
Yes,
you have
yes,
to do.
yes. I see.
That's right, Samuel. You know, I couldn't be more pleased with you. Your time in nature was clearly well spent.
Well, thanks, I suppose. But if you don't mind my saying so, I hope you're treating that mortal lady right.
I'm sure he is.
Thank you. Please, ask her yourself. I imagine she would share her blood with you. You look like her type.
Oh, you look like my type.
Hold on. I've only been in Europe for a couple of days. I ain't gonna go after my teacher's girlfriend.
She does what she wishes.
Yeah.
And that is why I chose her as my blood partner.
Exactly. They have an established relationship. They understand and they respect each other. This is beautiful.
Samuel, even if it beats no longer, you have a good heart. I think you will be an excellent therapist.
So far, that good heart of mine hasn't amounted to much.
Come on,
I'm
Samuel.
willing to give it my best shot.
We gotta up that thinking.
You are uncomfortable with praise, aren't you, Samuel?
Yes, it seems
Every
so.
time I say something positive, you find a way to negate it.
I just don't think I should be doing any bragging. I spent my first 50 years killing, spent the next 90 walking in the woods. I've tried to walk a better path since then, but I ain't no saint, Auntie.
I did not say you were. Having met several so-called saints, I can attest that none of them were either. I understand your discomfort, Samuel. I, too, have done terrible things that I cannot erase.
Yeah.
But is erasing the good I have done worthwhile?
Yeah.
I guess when you put it like that, it sounds kind of silly.
It's another cognitive distortion, one that mortal psychologists call disqualifying the positive.
I do that a lot.
I understand that the actions of your past are difficult to bear, but what we are here to do is accept reality with both its positive and negative aspects.
I see. I see. I'm kind of nasty stuff I've done. I can feel like a real good for nothing sometimes, but that's disqualifying the positive, canceling out the good and leaving the bad. It ain't a distortion to see the positive in yourself or in a situation. It's just being honest. Three Stooges smack each other in the heads like a bunch. Smack each other in heads a bunch, though I still like them. Yeah, I guess I can turn it into a bat, but any vampire worth their fangs can do that. She rescued a kitten, but she drinks mortal blood every night, so one good deed means nothing. I see. But if it's consensual, then what's the problem? And also, you know, vampires gotta eat.
I am not saying that you should disqualify your negative actions, but merely note when you disqualify the positive
Yes,
ones.
yes.
Let us try an exercise. See whether you can challenge me when I disqualify my positive deeds. I am Andromachos, one of the most powerful vampires alive.
Oh, I bet you are.
Before I became the vampire I am now, I did exceptionally terrible things.
That is a fact.
I have defiled the innocent. I have killed countless people.
That is probably a
The
fact.
good I now do pales in comparison to the evil I have done.
I would guess this
That's
is
the
it.
one. You're literally disqualifying the
Yeah.
positive by comparing it to the evil
Yeah,
stuff you've
exactly.
done.
Well done, Samuel. I believe
Wow.
the recognition of this distortion will serve you well when you start to see clients tomorrow.
Whoa, tomorrow? I only just started learning these here cognitive distortion things.
I will, of course, be with you. You needn't worry. I can sense your instincts and will help you.
Well, that's nice.
But tomorrow, I
But
just don't feel
tomorrow?
ready yet.
I believe in
My
you,
friend,
Sam.
we are never truly ready. But if it would ease your concerns, we can practice with further examples. Would that be helpful to you?
I think I got it, but you know what? Let's try for
I think
one
I could
more.
usually help.
Very well, Samuel.
Just a nice
Let's
little
try
run
some
through.
examples. I will give you. I am
Okay.
far sexier than movie vampires. Therefore, I should be a movie star.
Therefore, I think that might be Nosferatu, but it could also be control. Cognitive distortions. Control fallacy. So feeling responsible or so control or feeling helpless. Let's see. Is thinking the extremes and ignoring the in-between. Moving should statements. Let me see. Therefore, well, this is a should.
Oh, yeah, that's an easy one.
Yeah.
That's a should statement right there. Well, you're not insecure enough to be an actor anyway.
Excellent, Samuel. Would you like another exercise?
Yes.
If I cannot consume high-quality blood, I might as well drink blood from Florida.
Get him. That's not
That's Nosferatu thinking, ain't it?
Yeah.
Correct, Samuel. That being said, I am sure there is still
I
decent
would
blood
bring
to
a
drink in
test
Florida.
kit.
But I would bring a test kit anyway.
So funny.
Would you like another exercise?
Yeah. One more.
I am an antediluvian old fart.
Okay, that's labia.
Well,
That's
that sounds like
labeling.
labeling to me. You ain't just an old fart. Are you actually older than the flood, though?
Do I
Probably.
look that old?
No.
Oh, not at all. I was just...
I am joking, Samuel.
I joke,
Don't
Samuel.
worry. The myth of the flood was at least 1,000 years before I was born. Would you like another exercise?
No, I'm good, but thank you.
I think I'm good.
All right, Samuel. You must be hungry now. I suggest you get the liter inside you. We have a big night tomorrow.
I love the way you say things. Are you gonna? Never mind. Sorry.
How much
Sorry.
is a liter?
Sorry.
Just get enough to drink, Samuel.
We're
will
moving
not
on,
be able to
moving
work
on.
If you're hungry or tired. Now, please excuse me. I do have a date with Crimson
Wow.
tonight. I suspect I shall not return until nearly morning.
Oh, you promise?
Oh, yeah, of course. I
Have-
hope you have a nice night out, Mr. Andy.
You as well, Samuel. Rest in peace.
Thank you so much, King.
Ah, Samuel, glad to see you are awake. Your first client is on his way.
All right.
What, already? Look, Mr. Andy, sir, are you sure I'm ready for this? These are people's brains I'm messing with.
Fear not, my friend. You are a powerful vampire in your own right. To be so young and have so much empathy is quite a gift. All you need to do is listen, and I know the truth will reveal itself to you.
Shucks, wish I had your confidence.
Well, to a limited extent, I can see the future. If you are about to misinterpret a client's distortions, I will set you back on the right path.
Oh, thank you.
You can see the future.
It's not that impressive, really. You start to see the patterns after 1,000 years or so.
Oh, that's I see what you're. Yes.
Well, dang. If seeing the future ain't impressive, that's gotta be a distortion. Disqualifying the positive, it's gotta be.
You barely require my aid as it is. If you need guidance, I will provide it to you telepathically.
Thank you, King.
Don't think about it too much.
Don't think about it.
3,000, such things will cease to impress you.
Yes, this is I love this because it's a way for the game to be like, hey, the game's gonna help you. Still, if you mess up, don't worry about it. But also, this is absolutely something that is very known in the vampire world about being like, oh yeah, telepathy, that's normal.
Let us look at your first client's case file.
Will do.
Dr. Drain, huh? You ain't got no first name?
Age 430, male, originally English. Is a class of 1614 graduate of the Royal College of Physicians. He has been studying the nature of blood for the last several centuries. Became a vampire after a post-mortem blood transfusion experiment. Wow! Now runs a global pharmaceutical research company. Is now concerned that he has developed an addiction to a drug of his own formulation. Suggestion: detect strong irritability on the phone, investigate Drain's drinking and sleeping habits. This is so funny that his name is Drain.
Many vampires go by one name.
Yeah.
Families and titles seem to become more abstract after a certain age.
Huh. So is it funny that he kept the title?
Indeed. You catch on quickly, despite your habit of disqualifying the positive. I will let you work now.
Thank you.
I shall be meditating in my coffin, but I will sense when you need my help.
Thank you.
Samuel. I know
Samuel.
you can handle this. Be yourself, and all will be well.
Thank you. Whee!
Satan bless it all, I hate flying! Hey there.
Oh my god. What good voices for these characters.
God's blood, what on earth are you? My name's Sam. I'm the new therapist. Make yourself comfortable, Dr. Drain. And American as well. Good God. It's not enough for you lot to take over the world of the living. Even the halls of the dead aren't safe from you.
His voice is so familiar. I have to look up the voice actors later. His voice is so familiar.
Oh well. I suppose your lot are all into this touchy-feely stuff, aren't you? And ignorance, even American ignorance, is bliss, I suppose. Oh, sweet ignorance, how I do wish I knew thee. Damn it, how am I gonna work with this fella? I gotta ask Annie.
Are you alright?
Oh my god, hey! He's he just teleported. Oh my god, it's like Star Wars.
This fella as my first client?
Yeah, it's fine.
Why not? He is clearly hiding very little
Yeah,
about his state
exactly.
of mind.
He's obviously upset.
How am I supposed to help him when he already sees me as the bad guy?
Use your instincts.
He's
Sam.
just irritated.
Think about how you have felt in your darkest hours.
Yeah, exactly.
What does this poor vampire want?
He wants to complain.
I think he just wants to complain.
Perceptive, Samuel. He can hardly stop himself, can he?
Yeah, I think he just wants to talk.
So what? I just let him complain?
Yeah,
Of course. Just give him a starting point to let
I think
all
that's
out.
it. I think
will
he's
make
just
him feel
frustrated.
better.
Well, if you say so.
Don't worry, Samuel. You are doing wonderfully. I will release your time now.
Well, are you just going to sit there? I was just gonna ask how your trip here was.
Awful. Masters. How do I use the force again? Exactly.
My trip was bloody wonderful. Until my familiar got a flat tire and I had to fly 30 kilometers here as a bat.
That's unfortunate. Tell me more. Also, I love that, listen, man's British, so of course he likes to complain.
I hate being a bat and I hate flying. Do you know an owl tried to eat me?
That's unfortunate. Do tell me more.
A creature that has lived for centuries, treated like common prey. I'm surprised he was even interested. You should see what an ugly little beastie I am when I transform. All I could do was screech and squeak until he went away. Well, I suppose I'm alive, in a manner of speaking anyway. You all right there, pal?
You feel better?
Yes, I'm fine. Well, I'm not, of course. I wouldn't be here otherwise. But for the sake of conversational integrity, fine. I take it you read my case file and know why I'm here?
Sure do. His horse died. He's going through a breakup. I wish I could do these options. I don't know the save function on here, but you have an
You're here for
addiction.
an addiction problem. Yes. Embarrassing, isn't it?
I don't think so.
Well, what's to be embarrassed
Yeah.
about? I remember when Ulysses S. Grant was president. Didn't seem to bother me. Oh, well, of course. How wonderful it is that I share the mental failings of people who only live a single lifetime. Hey, come on now.
Come on
There's a
now.
part of us that's still mortal.
Yeah.
Can't help that, just like we can't help being dead. So I'm discovering. Look, I just need some tips and I'll be on my way. Just give me all the tricks. Whatever one does to make addictions go away. Tips? Let me think.
Well, addiction is... It's just a hug. All right. It's just a milder addiction. There's no easy solutions. It's an addiction. So just something tasty. It does definitely help to have a certain thing to occupy, but addiction runs deep. And so the best way to handle addiction is to just like full face it, you know? Oh, sorry, give me one moment. I have to fix myself. There we go. Sometimes I get a little off. There we are. This should be better. There's no easy
Partner,
solutions.
there ain't no tips that'll magically
Yeah.
cure you. But I'm here to listen.
Exactly. Addiction is addiction.
You know, I never in my life thought anyone would ever call me partner.
Partner.
Like partner, but
But
not
with a T.
And I know how you English love your tea. Thank goodness we can still process tea. We cannot live on blood alone.
Oh, okay, I see. In Vampire the Masquerade... Oh, sorry for bumping my mic. In Vampire the Masquerade, vampires are unable to process any kind of food and, for the most part, drink without severe consequences. They can make their bodies flow again with life to mimic eating for a little bit. But it doesn't process through their system.
I appreciate the concern, though. I must admit, I rather saw myself above this whole addiction thing.
Most people do.
I tell you what, let's not worry about being
Yeah,
above
yeah,
or below
exactly.
anything. You're here now, so let's see what we can do.
Exactly.
What exactly are you addicted to? It's a form of plasma, a catalytic compound of my own design, a necessary component of my own scientific goals.
Okay.
You're losing me.
Well, it's something in the blood.
Let me try to make it simple. I have been able to replicate and even alter the molecular patterns that vampiric erythrocyte surface receptors receive.
So...
Our unique physiology gives us an increased ligand affinity, which is how we are able to process blood the way that we do.
So you're addicted to drinking blood?
I can extend this receptivity and thus achieve my true goal: synthetic blood, freedom from the hunger
Yeah.
that kills us, and hope for all humanity.
So is it that you're addicted to drinking blood, or are you just addicted to the synthetic type of blood?
Well, dang, that sounds pretty impressive, Doc. Well, it doesn't work without a vampiric catalyst, and that is the plasma I am addicted to.
Oh, okay.
Pathetic, isn't it? I have spent 400 years trying to steal the secret of blood, only to be engulfed by it, like Prometheus walking into a fireplace. Pathetic? Doc,
Yeah.
where the heck would you get a word like that? You've come up with a synthetic blood. Man, I can barely get my spurs on some mornings. Maybe you've had a setback or two, but give yourself a little credit, compadre.
Yeah, compadre.
Credit? For wasting 400 years? Practically speaking, I'm in the same place as I was back when King James was in power. Only now I have a drug problem. Perhaps I must face facts. My professor was right. Nothing we ever do will make a damned bit of difference.
Samuel,
Now.
listen to him. Do you recognize
do,
his
I
patterns
do.
of thought?
There's some distortions in there, ain't there?
I knew you would sense them. Invite him to talk more about this failure of his.
Of course.
I'll do my best. Now hold on just a minute there, cowpoke. I've heard you talk a lot about failure, but it sure sounds to me like you ain't thinking clearly if you think you're a failure.
Yeah.
I am a realist, that's all. Look at me. 400 years of study and still dabbling with leukocytes.
Leukocytes. 400 years. Let me see. I'd say,
I don't know many people who would call working with leukocytes dabbling.
yeah.
I mean, I gotta admit, I have no earthly clue
I
what you're
don't
talking
know what
about.
you're talking about.
So unless you made up all them science terms, I think you might be doing more than playing with a chemistry set.
That's what I think too.
Perhaps. But if we consider all there is to know about blood, I know precious little.
Really?
But you know something.
Yeah, more
Yes,
than
I
me.
concede I might know something about blood. I would hope so after 400 years.
Does really look like Star Wars. Oh yeah.
You still got more knowledge about blood than most, whether it's been 4 years or 400 years, amigo.
That's true.
Let's get back to what you were saying, though. I'm saying I am surely the oldest, most well-studied doctor in the world. I should have achieved more than this.
Should, huh?
Well, who said you should have achieved more?
Yeah.
Isn't it obvious? I should have
God.
something to show for 400 years.
I think this way all the time. I do this all the time. I'm just like, well, I've done this for so long. I should be able to do blah, blah, blah by now. Oh my God. I do this all the damn time.
And what happens if you don't?
What happens?
Absolutely nothing
Absolutely
at all.
nothing.
Well, that's my point.
Yep. Uh-huh.
That is not as encouraging as you think it is.
That's what I think too. I was like, well, that doesn't feel encouraging.
Ain't meant to be encouraging, just showing you a little reality.
I guess so.
Well, it's all my fault, really. I cannot seem to motivate my scientists to reach the necessary level of dedication. It's always shocking to me how little urgency mortals have around death.
It really is. This is therapy for me too, I guess. I cannot seem it's my fault. That's Nosferatu, I believe. Oh, my client. Sometimes. Yeah, I want to say it's Nosferatu. But it might be a control. Because of how it's so assured that it's one's fault, but it might be a control fallacy. I think...
So it's all your fault that you haven't come up with the perfect synthetic blood.
I love how this game teaches you some therapy. Yeah, absolutely. I love how it's like... It really shows you how therapists try to improve. Because, okay, so therapy is not there to, like, you know, fix you. There's... Especially when it's wrong to think that to go into therapy is going to be like fixed in the first place. You know what I mean? Because there's nothing wrong with you. And going to seek help, it's not because there's nothing wrong with you. You just need help in recognizing certain behaviors and also learning how to manage your emotions or your thinking or like experiences that you have. Because it's nothing that it is inherently wrong with the person. It's just that it's trying to help you find the best version of yourself, you know? It's like medication. It won't build a... Did I read that right? Yes, it's like medication. It won't build a boat, but it'll give you floaties so you won't drown. Yes, exactly. It's just helping you to help yourself. That is what that therapy has always been for.
It can't be anyone else's fault. Only I have the skill, the knowledge, and the experience. Pardon me for saying so, Doc, but it sounds like what you're doing is pretty dang complicated.
Yeah.
Sounds to me like you're some kind of god if you expect control over life itself. Please, I'm a scientist, not a spiritualist. It is not control I seek, but understanding.
It's understanding.
And are you ever gonna have perfect understanding? No, of course not. I'm not a wizard.
I'm not a wizard.
So how about not putting saving the world on one person, Doc?
That's true.
That is a simplification, but I take your point. As I was saying, now that I'm addicted to my own drug, I have joined the ranks of mortal celebrities in my utter irrelevance.
Addicted to my own drug. I don't think it's labeling quite. I think this.
That's a pretty dark read on things.
Yeah.
You know,
Nice
lots of
shooting.
folks
That's
get
the
over their
achievement I got.
addictions.
Nice shooting, Tex.
Yes, but not me.
Yeah, exactly. But not me.
I'm trying to tell you that even if you are addicted, that ain't the end, hermano. You got a lot of life and opportunity if you can call
Sorry.
this life.
Well, it's your unlife.
Now hold on there. That's what I call Nosferatu thinking, straight from the coffin. Life ain't all black and white. It's got its shades of gray too, you know. Oh, well played, cowpoke. Perhaps I am being a little dramatic. Yes, I'm aware that in reality progress has been made, enough to get to this point. But I didn't come here to ask for a pat on the back and to be told I'm a good boy.
Yeah, that's also, oh god, this is a little personal. That's also how I feel a lot of times whenever I'm getting help. I'm like, yes, I understand the fallacy and everything, but it's like, I'm not here. I'm not here for a little pat on the back. That's not what I want.
That ain't my department, but I hear they do some of that stuff downstairs. Yes, we all know very well that the Continentals are more sexually liberated than we are.
Sexually. The Continentals.
But as I say, I
That's
don't
so
want
funny.
all this therapy stuff. I just want to stop using this damn drug.
Yeah, I understand.
So what's so good about this stuff anyway? Why do you like it? I'm not certain. I don't remember what happens after I take it, but I wake up feeling, how do I put this, alive. Well, that don't sound so bad. A good nap can make me feel like a new man.
Real.
I'm not talking about feeling refreshed. I mean I feel alive. As if I'm someone else. Someone who lives. And I wake up and find, oh gracious me, I am not depressed.
Real.
You mean to tell me that you're going to sleep depressed every night?
That's my everyday, baby.
Oh, nothing of the sort. Oh well, I'm glad to hear that. You are assuming that I can simply go to sleep and my global scientific enterprise will run itself. Oh wait just a gosh darn minute. You're telling me you don't sleep? Yes, it's not as though we can get much deader already, and I have work to do. So you're not sleeping, and you're always depressed. I think we're starting to get somewhere. Oh, don't be such a bumpkin. If you are a sapient individual, aware of the world around you, depression is the only sensible reaction. It has nothing to do with sleep.
All right. If you're a sapient individual, depression is the only sensible reaction. Depression, I want to say it's labeling. No? Okay.
Depression is the only sensible reaction. He makes the goths downstairs seem almost joyous in their perspectives, doesn't he?
That's what I was focusing on too. It's the only sensible
Don't be
reaction.
such a bumpkin. If you are a sapient individual, aware of the world around you, depression is the only sensible reaction. It has nothing to do with sleep.
Thinking the extremes. That's what I think. Okay.
Come on now, it's a big world out there, and different things are depressing to different people.
That's true.
Everyone reacts to things differently. Ain't it true that a sensible person, as you call them, might even be a different degree of depressed? Very well, I suppose I might have been using a bit of mild hyperbole. Mild is putting it mildly, buckaroo. Buckaroo? Now I'm even more depressed. Regardless, I didn't come here to be a whiner. Oh, boo-hoo, on life is hard.
Yes, we all know it's hard.
In the moments I wake up, I feel free. I suppose it must be what being an ignoramus feels like. It wears off rather quickly.
Yeah.
But I must admit that I've been chasing that feeling of false contentment.
Yeah.
Partner, I gotta cut in here. You're saying a lot of things that just ain't true. Start from the top. Oh, don't be such a bumpkin. If you are a sapient individual, aware of the world around you, depression is the only sensible reaction. It has nothing to do with sleep. Regardless, I didn't come here to be a whiner. Oh, boo-hoo, on life is hard. Yes, we all know it's hard.
Life is hard. Yes, we all. Control? Didn't come here to be a whiner. Or it might be. This also feels kind of like a should statement, but I feel like a should statement. I feel like a should statement should have should in it. Let's see. Usually, sorry. still control of feeling helpless, so they don't mean we're powerless. And feeling untouchable don't mean we're invincible. I think that's control fallacy. Call ourselves... labeling is in particular with names, I believe. Canceling the good and leaving the bad. I want to say this is control fallacy. Nope.
Dr. Drain is calling himself a whiner.
Oh, a whiner.
If
Yes,
he is
yes,
trying
yes,
to
yes, yes,
bully
yes,
himself
yes.
into being happy, he has clearly met with
I see, I see, I see, I see, I see.
Oh, boo-hoo. On life
It
is
is
so what
labeling.
you say coming and talking to me makes you a whiner. Is that not what I currently am?
I feel that.
Sounds to me like you're expressing yourself. Whiner is the word you used. Yeah, if you want to call it whining, that's up to you. But that's entirely your label. Oh, very well. Call it moaning or whinging.
Oh,
if you prefer.
whinging. Yeah. I like
Moaning,
whinging.
whinging, belly aching. Still all just labels. I don't believe I shall be using the term belly aching in any case. But as I was saying, in the moments I wake up, I feel free. I suppose it must be what being an ignoramus feels like. Is this a should statement? I suppose. I don't know. Because the the way I'm mathing this out in my head is the positive is that he feels free, but I also don't think that's quite positive because it's due to the drug. And then putting that down, technically calling himself an idiot. So you're telling
Yeah.
me you feel good when you wake up, and then
Yeah,
call yourself
yeah,
an
yeah.
ignoramus. Before you even get a chance to reflect on feeling good, you're insulting yourself. That's what I like to call disqualifying the positive. I'm simply stating facts. Stating facts shouldn't impede an argument. What good is that fact doing anyone? It's about as useful as an empty holster. Lest I somehow forget that you are a cowboy. About this drug, though. Oh, very well. I suppose I might be discounting my experience. I don't know how to say this, amigo. You really don't like letting yourself be happy.
Damn.
Honestly, I'm failing to see the problem with taking this stuff. Seems like it's making you get the rest you need and it makes you feel good. What's the problem?
Well, it's an addiction, isn't it?
First of all, I do not need to rest. And partaking of this plasma does have downsides.
Yeah, like it might be. It's okay. Well, I say it is like it's a drug, but I mean, all medicine are drugs.
What kind of downsides?
Yeah.
I do not know what happens when I partake of the substance. However, when I wake up, I feel refreshed.
Oh,
I also smell of blood and sex.
interesting.
Once I even woke up wearing a football jersey. It was most distasteful. I guess you must be having some kind of good time.
Yeah.
That is not my idea of a good time. I'm Dr. Drain. I am intelligent and worldly, not some ill-bred monster.
Oh, jeez.
I don't go gallivanting into godforsaken places to engage in depraved coitus and the consumption of dirty blood.
Coitus.
It sounds to me like you're real good at denying yourself things.
Yeah.
Well, I should be better at it.
Should, huh?
You know, Doc, a wise old vampire recently told me something I'm about to tell you. You keep talking about the things you should be doing. You, compadre, are shoulding all over yourself.
You're shitting all over
Well,
yourself.
That is vivid, isn't it? I can now add incontinence to my already considerable list of faults. I'm being serious. I'm listening to you tell me I should be doing this, and I shouldn't be doing that. But who gave you all them shoulds and shouldn'ts? I don't know. It shouldn't matter, should it? I've been dead for over 400 years.
Doc, there's no need to slut shame. Nothing wrong with a little fun. That's what I'm saying. Come on, buddy. Let loose a little bit.
It's the oldest stuff that sticks with us, amigo. We all got traumas.
Real.
Heck, we're dead, man. That's traumatic no matter what. What we gotta start with is you. You've been through a lot. Don't rope yourself up so tight. Listen, we're doing good work already, I know it. Now, let's not push too hard. I would really like you to think about where all them shoulds are coming from before we meet again. And be good to yourself, all right, partner? Don't feel like you gotta go cold turkey on that plasma stuff.
I don't know. So I think what his issue is that it's stemming from a loss of control, you know? Obviously, he's taking his plasma doses and then he's losing himself for hours. And he doesn't remember what happens to himself. And that is genuinely scary. So I don't know if the best... It is true, though, especially for... I think, it's alcohol, right? That if you... Oh, it's something. I think it's alcohol where you cut cold turkey. It's genuinely dangerous for you because that could kill you. And that's why hospitals have alcohol in their reserves, because you can't just stop immediately because it kills you, I think. Don't quote me on that. But I think if he has a genuine addiction, it is like... I think he just wants to be more in control. And I see where we're going. We're kind of trying to help him be okay with not being in control. But I don't know if, like... I don't know. Maybe we'll find out later. But I don't think the need for this high and blacking out is the best advice to give. But I don't know.
Yes, well, all the same, I'd rather not do it at all.
Yeah.
Is that actually going to happen, though? It might. You're dipping into it tonight, aren't you? I was thinking about it. All right, partner. Just give yourself a little compassion. That's all I'm asking. I'll admit, you've given me some things to think about. Not pleasant ones, mind. You can handle it, partner. You're way smarter than I am. Yes, well, that is certainly true. Very well. I shall do some reflecting, inasmuch as our kind can reflect. I shall see you in precisely 4 weeks, then. Farewell, Sam.
I will see you in precisely 4 weeks. Farewell.
Masterfully done, Samuel. I knew you would do well, but that doesn't make me any less pleased.
Thanks, King.
Well, that was a hell of a rush. That fella's holding on tighter than a holster to a gunslinger's hip.
Yeah, he just really wants to be in control.
It felt real good to help him look at himself a little more kindly.
Good, Samuel. Treasure this feeling. But also rest. Go downstairs, get something to drink, relax in your coffin.
Sounds good.
Next week you shall see a new client. I think they will be an interesting challenge for you.
All right.
I bid you good evening, Samuel.
I bid
Rest
you
in
good
peace.
evening.
You too, Andy.
Thank you,
Well,
Mr.
guess it's time I got me some
Andromachos.
grub.
Andromachos. We gonna go drinking?
Well, that's it, I guess. My first client. Can't believe I'm doing this therapy stuff already. Sure could use a drink. I'll check in with Crimson.
Well, if it isn't Yosemite Sam.
Yosemite
How you doing
Sam.
tonight, partner?
Better already hearing
How you
somebody
doing,
from the
man?
States who knows the lingo.
We're almost dressed the same way. Oh my god, I belong here.
I'm not from any states, cowpoke. District of Columbia girl.
Hell yeah, baby girl.
I figured you must have been coastal. You sound a little more polished than I do.
You should hear my German.
Maybe some other time. My brain's full tonight. I had my first therapy session with a real client.
Oh, yeah? How do you think it went?
So it was good.
I reckon it was a bullseye on my end. You should have seen me. Labeling, blam, disqualifying the positive.
I'm glad to hear it. Someone has got to sort these vamps out. They know how to hold on to their problems.
Real.
You ain't kidding. Living or dead, once people hit 70, they get pretty dang set in their ways.
You know Andy still uses a typewriter?
Wow.
Get that gorgeous man to see the light. Keep it up, cowboy. You're a breath of fresh air for these ancient ones.
Anyone ever tell you you're wise beyond your years, Crimson?
Afraid I'm exactly as wise as my years. How old do you think I am, cowboy?
30 maybe? Don't fall for the trap. I want to say 30s. You look... It's not because I think you look quote unquote old, because I don't think 30 is old. You're just very mature, competent, capable. And you've been around too, so... Should I not fall for... I want to know though.
I'm gonna do the gentlemanly thing and not hazard a guess.
You would have gotten it wrong anyway.
Okay. At least 600, you're right. Listen, she doesn't look a day over 100.
I'm 50 years young.
50? Girl!
50? I died around that age and I looked like shit. But you ain't a vampire.
Like I told you, I'm Andy's blood partner. He shares his blood with me too. Just not enough to turn me into one of you.
Yeah. Not full ghoul either.
I've been 30 for a good while now.
See? I was right! She's 30! Well, technically, she was, she's stuck at 30. Let's say that. I was right. Haha.
But you ain't joining our team? Sounds like a story.
Yeah.
Not for tonight, buckaroo. I bet you're thirsty after a big night.
I'm a little thirsty.
Andy told me to give this to you.
Oh yeah? What is it?
Ooh.
We had a group of Americans come in last week who donated their blood.
Oh, thanks.
Andy can't stand the stuff. He says the blood glucose levels are too high, but he thought you'd appreciate it.
Yeah, Americans are very saccharine.
Oh, it ain't so bad. I gotta ask though, what does Andy's blood taste like?
Like a fine vintage.
To me, it tastes like life itself, cowboy.
I ain't sure I understand.
I get it.
Never you mind.
Never you mind. Thanks.
I've got some customers to serve, so go enjoy your juice, okay?
Thank you. My juice.
Oh, of course. I'm keen to get some rest anyway. You have yourself a fine night, Crimson.
This bottle is gorgeous. Can I keep it? Back at the couch.
There he is, my incredible protege.
My first client today, and oh boy, he did not like me much. It sounds as though he doesn't like anybody much though, so I can't be too disappointed. Poor fella. I ain't never see anyone so high strung. Well, maybe... Oh, Pussifer Jones. 80 years later, and the memory of him still makes me laugh. That kitty even hated John. Muir? And I think all his animals loved him too. She would kiss him. She would hiss even when eating her food. Sorry, his handwriting is a little like, it was the darndest thing. I picked up that this Dr. Drain is a real should statement kind of fella, but I think I can help him out. If I can get him to take a nap, I think he'll be a lot less grumpy. There's my client. Addicted to a plasma that makes him black out and do things he dislikes doing. He likes a logical approach. He doesn't sleep. Irritable. Yeah, because he doesn't sleep. Of should statements and maybe a fair amount of disqualifying. Obsessive with work. Doesn't seem to like vampires. Somehow I should figure out what the heck this plasma stuff actually does. Sure, right. My ramblings. I'm on a big trip. Yeah. Whew, what a day. I made it to Andy's club in Leap City. Oh yeah, that's right. You can tell he's an introspective sort. Now Andy, that's one hell of a vampire. He's got this presence. You can tell he's 3,000 and that is freaky as heck. But he makes you feel at home. Butt naked. I don't know how else to describe it. Oh, and I went to a kink room. Yeah. Sam Walls, kink room. My big brother would have gotten a kick out of that one. I ain't gonna write about it here, and I should get some sleep in this fancy coffin. Andy let me anyway. Yeah. This is disqualifying the positive, like a humble. After the shit I pulled back when I was a bastard, but maybe that's just a shame talking. And he says I'm ready to start taking clients now that I got my head wrapped around this whole cognitive distortion thing. Can't believe it's all happening so fast. Went to Leipzig. It's music school here, and the kids are always performing stuff. I tried asking for "Oh Susanna." Kids today don't appreciate good music. Dang kids with their CD-ROM music. The wax cylinder was fine. It's really good. I remember the wax cylinder. Yeah. Okay. This is so funny.
Come on now, I have no idea what I'm doing.
You're doing great, Sam.
Evidence stands against that reasoning, my friend. Do we need to talk about disqualifying the positive again?
Yeah, Sammy.
All right, I get it. I guess I've been muddling through okay.
Yeah.
You've been doing wonderfully. I hope you are ready for a bit of a challenge tonight.
A challenge. We'll find out.
Your next client has been known to be somewhat difficult.
All right.
Here, look at her intake form.
Will do.
Isabella Deste.
Wow.
Dang. She's got some funny tasting hats.
Isabella Deste. So I'm trying to hear a pun in this name because there has to be one, but I'm not getting it. Deste, Isabella Deste. I don't know. Age 550, female origin. She's a Renaissance woman. She sure is. Isabella Deste was a key figure in the Italian Renaissance, funding the works of Leonardo da Vinci, Andrea Mantegna, and Michelangelo. She received a humanist education and knows much about history, art, music, and philosophy. She comes from a highly aristocratic background and has endured a considerable family issues through the generation. Yeah, I bet, aristocrats. She states that she is undergoing an existential immortality crisis, suggesting that her life and unlife have both been meaningless. Suggestion: be exceedingly polite. Will
I
do.
think you should get along quite well then.
Walked right into that one.
Isabella is not your average vampire. She was once the powerful matriarch of one of the most influential families in Europe. She fraternized with popes and kings, and she also wielded great power over the art world. Some say that she was the model for the Mona Lisa.
One of them highfalutin types, huh?
Highfalutin.
I don't think she's gonna like me much.
She is as human as any of us, Samuel. I already know you will find a way to relate with her.
If you say so.
Remember, you can always seek my advice if you feel lost. You are not alone, but I hear the beating of elegant wings. Breathe, Samuel. Oh, and do be polite.
I will. Welcome in, ma'am.
Goodness. So you are the new therapist Andromachos told me of. I was not
So
expecting someone
rugged.
so rugged.
Sam Walls at your service, ma'am.
You are a therapist.
I am now.
Well, that's what I'm here for, ma'am.
Enough with this, ma'am. I am not running a whorehouse.
Oh,
You may
of
call me
course.
Signora.
Of course, Signora Isabella. All right, Signora. All right, Signora. All right, Signora. It's because, yeah, with the GN, it's supposed to kind of make a Y sound. So I would say this is close enough. Signora.
All right, Senora.
You have seen my what? Have you been looking under my skirt,
Never
young
mind.
Huh? What are you talking about, lady?
Signora. Say it.
Signora.
Signora.
Signora. Signora.
Signora?
Porca miseria. This
Porca
is
misera.
Therapy ain't never easy, Senora.
So, therapy is always easy then.
No.
I said it ain't never easy, Senora.
Is therapy easy or is it not?
Not, I guess.
That is a double negative.
Oh, how are we to examine my inner demons if your own speech is so diabolical?
You know what? Let's start over. Greetings and salutations, Senora. I am most honored to receive you in my humble office.
Very well. I suppose it will do.
Thank you,
I'm
ma'am.
just here to help, Senora. It says here on your intake forms that you've been having a tough time lately.
A tough time. Indeed, yes, it has been a tough time. The realization that not only am I a corpse, but that I have been a useless corpse for nearly 400 years is a tough time.
Well, tell me about it.
So what's set off this feeling that you're a corpse?
I saw a film at the cinema.
Hey, I love the cinema.
Well, all right. What would she like? Would she care for the glamour? I mean, she clearly likes to decorate herself, but I don't know if necessarily the movies are her favorite. Maybe Maybe, but I also think that she might think this is reductive or, you know. Maybe the actor?
Hot dang, them actors can really light up the screen sometimes. I'll admit, I'm pretty into the celebrity gossip scene. Who's hooking up with who? Who's making waves? I can't get enough of it.
A foolish obsession. One must appreciate
The art.
not the artist. If common mortals knew what Caravaggio had done in his free time, they would burn every
So
one
real.
of his paintings.
They'd have to know who Caravaggio is first.
So true.
Oh, do you know who Caravaggio is?
Maybe let's get back to talking about what it was you saw at the cinema.
Please continue,
It was a
Signora.
most terrible film, one that shook me to my core. The pain of it lingers with me still 5 years later.
Well, movies can be pretty powerful. Yeah, I remember seeing one of the first films. There was a train coming right for the audience. We thought we were dead for sure.
This film was not powerful, it was meaningless. It said nothing, did nothing, less than nothing, as loudly and garishly as possible. And the audience, fools that they were,
Oh, I see, I understand.
cheered, applauded this desecration of the mind. I hate this film with all my being, for it has done the cruelest thing. It has revealed the dark truth. This life that I cling to has no purpose.
Dang, what the heck was this movie?
Space Wars. Rise of the Space Wars.
Oh no.
Wait a minute. Space Wars, the big science fiction franchise?
Yes, I believe it is important to understand modern media diets.
But that's the movie that gave you your personal crisis?
Oh no.
Mind your tone. Do not think me a fool. I know it was not high art.
Oh no.
The money it made, it would make even the Pope
It
blush.
sure did.
This stinking trash. This is what the people want.
She's a purist.
You see, I understand now. My attempts to infuse art with meaning were
She's
pointless.
got good taste.
All that I am, all that I ever was, is dead.
Well,
You don't seem that dead to me. We're having this conversation, ain't we? You ain't just lying there decomposing.
It is no different. I might as well be rotting in the ground.
I think you might get pretty bored.
Are you getting smart with me, boy?
Look, I'm just talking facts. If you're saying all you are is dead, I think you might be doing some Nosferatu thinking. It ain't black and white. You're here. But let's go back to what you were saying.
Once, I elevated art, and all the world benefited. Why have I lost my power to elevate art now?
I think,
All the world benefited?
yeah.
There's a lot of people, and they got a lot of different preferences. You can't get them all, can you?
But I could,
But I
once upon a
could.
time.
Yeah, but that was a different
You can't
era.
reach everybody,
Yeah.
Senora. I hadn't even heard of the Mona Lisa until about 1911.
Did you have any schooling whatsoever?
I don't think so.
No, I didn't. But I don't think anyone in my time knew about the Mona Lisa either.
They were different worlds.
Oh, how wonderful. You add to my
Yeah.
despair.
I was like, oh, great.
I'm saying you can't reach everyone, even in your own time.
That is true. I doubt the rabble had much of an opinion about this so-called great master.
Yeah, some people were just trying to survive, you know?
We only know what we know. But you were saying,
It was all for nothing. What good was guiding Da Vinci when they sell the Mona Lisa on beer coasters?
This one.
come on now. Just because the Mona Lisa's been on a coaster doesn't mean that's all it's ever been for.
Yeah.
I think you might be downplaying just what an impact you've had on the world.
The world needs no help from me to reduce my life's effort to cheap commodities.
So just because something gets printed on a t-shirt, that cancels out everything that's good about it?
Yes, that is exactly what it
Yes.
does.
And I thought I was good at disqualifying the positive.
It should not be so.
Should, huh?
It should have meaning, purpose. Beauty should expose truth.
You're saying art should have meaning and purpose, but does all art need those things?
Well, every art has a meaning to it, but sometimes you can create just to create.
What is the purpose of creation otherwise?
How about if I just like doodling?
Yeah.
Ain't that a good enough reason to draw?
Yeah.
It is a pointless reason.
Or maybe I want to do something pointless.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is that I don't have the same shoulds you do.
Perhaps you should.
But I don't. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do.
Which is speak like a peasant.
Heck, that's what I am, Senora. Ain't nothing gonna change that reality. Let's get back to what you were saying.
But it seems I am just a dead woman. A walking corpse who is not worth listening to. I should walk into the sun.
Well, that's kind of a should statement, but also...
Now, why have you gotta go and call yourself names?
Yeah.
They are not names, they are my reality. I am a dead woman, and I am a corpse, am I not?
Is that all you are?
This is how I am defined by the world.
But what do you
Seems
think?
to me you're the one using them names.
Yeah.
Hell, I think I'd be a little afraid of calling you a corpse.
As you should be.
As you should be.
Allow me to... You know, you make me sound rather mad. Like an old woman, railing at the world, screaming into the void, all to no purpose.
Look, Senora, all I'm trying to do is show you where you're a little rigid in your thinking is all. You're expecting a lot from the world and a lot from yourself. It ain't no surprise that you're gonna be disappointed over and over again.
I suppose that is some insight. Indeed, I have been in a state of disappointment from the moment I was 16.
Oh, real.
But what happened when you were 16?
I got married.
Yeah.
I think I get it.
You absolutely do not get it. You are a man.
Well then, help me understand.
Frankie, my husband,
Taught me the
meaning of disappointment. He taught me the world was built upon lies. These things men proclaim as values. Truth, beauty, the spiritual. They were all fiction. But if men did not live according to principle, I would. I would set the example and shame them all.
Good.
Yet, what a fool I have been to think humanity had greater aims.
So, what's this greater aim you're talking about?
I received a humanist education as a child. I was taught that the pathway to God was through rationality and a questioning mind, not slavish devotion to tradition. This world is not Eden, but it could be. Or so I thought.
So you're talking about a literal pathway to God?
No, fool. A pathway to godliness. To live according to our natures. Our true natures.
Okay. You mean being nudists, being vampires, being Italian? The world's worst curse, being Italian.
You mean being vampires?
Come now, boy. Nothing could be further from natural.
Do you mean nudists?
All this foolish hissing and copulation and blood drinking does not bring us closer to God.
I don't know. In Vampire the Masquerade, the first vampire was Cain. So
But it does give us more time to find the path.
Well, talk to me about this pathway to God. How do you reckon we find this path?
I reckon nothing. I've always known that we can find our way back to God by fulfilling our human potential to be the greatest souls possible.
You really think we've got that much control,
Yeah.
Senora? All we got to do is be perfect, and then we've got our pathway to the Almighty?
Yes, it seems quite clear to me.
Senora, if that's how it is, it ain't no wonder you ain't forgiving yourself or anyone for the slightest mistakes. I would ask myself if anyone really has that much control. But keep talking.
I have always known we must master ourselves and our baser instincts. Virtue must triumph over vice.
I see. Always know that we must master ourselves and our baser instincts. This feels kind of like a should statement. I also think it's Nosferatu thinking. Let's see. It's like it's win or lose, right? Yeah. Nosferatu thinking. Virtue. I think so. No?
You know there have been many entities over time that have tried to control
Oh,
humanity.
is this okay?
They have all failed, and the Signora would do well to remember it.
Thank you. Thank you, Star Wars man.
I have always known we must master our...
You've been around a while, Senora. In all that time, when have we mastered ourselves and our baser instincts?
Never.
Not a single day. Men especially have no bottom to their depravity.
You tell a girl.
All right, fair enough. So us fellas have disappointed you every day for a few hundred years,
For
right?
real.
Ain't that proof that nothing you do is gonna change that?
An evil thought,
An
Mr.
evil
Samwise,
thought.
But true, I concede.
We're in agreement then. It's a little bit of a control fallacy to think that's gonna change because of you. Let's keep going.
I have always known that the earthly lives we lead are disgusting, and only war and death can come of them.
Hold up just a sec there, cowpoke. You really think all we can do is sow death and destruction?
Well,
I do not poke cows.
I did not book cows.
Do I look like a farmer?
Come on, Senora. You've been alive to see what? 15, 20 billion people live and die? You really saying death and destruction is all each and every one of them ever amounted to?
Well, perhaps not individually, but as an immortal, I look at the greater arc of history.
Well, most of us ain't looking to contribute to the greater arc of history, but that don't mean life's pointless.
That's true.
That's some Nosferatu thinking, I'll tell you what. But let's continue.
I'll tell you what.
I have always known the people have become fat and lazy, and living within the Garden of Eden is impossible in such a state.
That seems like
Sounds to me
labeling.
like
Yeah.
we're coming up with labels for kicking people out of the Garden of Eden. Is that all we amount to? Fat and lazy?
Look around your own country. Look at me. See my disgusting rolls and saggy features.
My lady, please, la senora, I would never say such ghastly things about you, my dear of true beauty. Never.
Would you let me into the Garden of Eden?
Of course, my lady. You are all I see when I close my eyes. Beautiful maiden, my dear senora.
I am glad you are not a gatekeeper then.
A woman of your regency and stature, regality? My lady.
You'd rather have a gatekeeper who wouldn't let you in? Listen, Senora, you gotta go easy on yourself with them labels. Well, let's keep talking, though.
Oh, it's doing the thing? Okay, Is it the game audio again? Or is it me? Okay. Let's see what I can do here.
I have always known we should act with dignity if we would take our place at God's side once more.
Is that still bad? I'm trying to find where the... Hold on. There we are. I don't know why it does. It still happened. Okay, I don't know why it does that. I'm just gonna restart. It has to be something with my OBS because it's not coming out that way on my end. So I'm not sure what the issue is. It has to be OBS. It's the curse. It's back. Ever since I played the letter. It's my curse. Okay. Okay. I've always known we should. All right.
I think this here's the meat of it, Senora. The filet mignon.
The filet mignon. Does that sound good? Is that fixed?
I fear your French is even worse than your Italian.
All good now. Okay, thank you so much for telling me. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to research why it does that, because I'm pretty sure it has to be with my OBS, because it sounds perfectly fine in my ears. I don't get any of that glitching.
Here's the thing, Senora. Who came up with all them shoulds that'll take you to God?
Why, the greatest thinkers of history that I studied in my youth. Plato, Aristotle, Cicero, Aquinas.
Sounds like a bunch of dead guys to me. They really had it all figured out way back when, huh?
Uh-huh.
Well, of course not. How foolish do you think me?
Not at all, Senora. Just questioning where all them shoulds are coming from. But let's keep going.
So you think you are so very clever, do you, boy? That by pointing out my distortions, you have won.
I'm not trying to win, girl. I'm trying to help.
That is where you are truly the fool. I already know how wrong I have been, that I have been chasing an impossible fiction all my life. Indeed, I now believe that even if we did follow the pathway to God, once we reach the end, we would discover that he, too, was a work of fiction.
Well, that all depends on what religion you believe in, but you're Italian, so this is very important to you.
When I say God, I mean goodness, propriety, intelligence. God himself is a lie.
Okay, okay.
I see. So you've lost your faith.
I see.
Yes, it has crumbled to dust, much like myself in this fat, wretched old body.
My lady, never would I ever say that about you. You are stunning.
Beauty and truth are lies. Ideas developed by ugly men to justify their existence. While we occupy ourselves chasing those ideals, they create space wars to leech our money and our vitality. And to think, they call me judgmental, while they created the false ideal to judge against. You don't think I'm judgmental, do you, boy?
Well, I've never seen anyone judge more than you. You're doing nothing but judging.
I wouldn't put it that way exactly. Besides, I ain't gonna call you names. In fact, that's where I think I want to challenge you. Senora, I think the person you're judging more than anyone is yourself. I know you got raised with all them high ideals.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
of course
yeah.
You're getting disappointed when nobody can reach
Absolutely.
them. That's some heavy pressure. Not just on them, but on yourself. I'd ask yourself what all that pressure's doing for you. Is it bringing you any satisfaction? We can't always control what things are gonna be.
This is not acceptable.
Hold on, I know this one. What the heck she mean it's unacceptable to not be in control?
I see.
I said it is not acceptable for things to be as they are.
I got some bad news for you, Senora. None of us really
I
have the
see.
power to change the world on our own. Not even a clever lady like yourself. I suggest we start working on ways of helping you find a way to accept the world for what it is.
But the world is base and unworthy.
Remember that term I told you about? Nosferatu thinking? You're gonna strip all the color out of the world if you keep doing that. The world's a lot more than just base and unworthy.
Nosferatu thinking. I am not used to having my own thoughts thrown back at me.
Well, that's why you're here, ain't it? I ain't gonna help you change the world, Senora. All I can do is help you find some other perspectives.
Exactly.
I suppose there is a certain simpleton's wisdom in the way you speak.
In the way you speak.
Thanks, I guess.
Very well, boy. I will consider what you have said.
In exactly 4 weeks.
We will meet again in exactly 4 weeks. Do we have an understanding?
Yes, indeed, senora.
Ugh. Please learn to speak properly by then.
He is speaking properly, ma'am.
Well done, Samuel. I believe you handled Senora Deste quite well.
The Senora Deste. I feel like there's a joke here, but I don't know what it is.
Kidding? That lady straight up hates my guts.
Samuel, if Isabella Deste hated your guts, she would not be shy about telling you so.
That I believe.
The older we get, the harder it is to gain a different perspective. Have patience. We are not all as wise as Samuel Walls.
Guess it's just that simpleton's wisdom, as the senora called it.
Do not adopt her labels, Samuel. I will not stand for it.
I love that he's like, do not put yourself down, King.
I know she was a challenge, but you rose to it as I knew you would.
Thanks.
I think you deserve a night of hard drinking.
Hell yeah.
You don't need to tell me twice. All right, Andy. I'll see you later then.
Indeed, Samuel. Enjoy yourself. Excellent work tonight.
Thank you.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. This is fun. I love this.
Dang, I think that's enough abuse for one night. I could use a drink and a quiet night.
What we got in here? Isabella Deste thinks her life was meaningless because modern art is meaning. Apparently the rise of the space work. This is so funny. Extremely high-minded, major issues with her former husband. Thinks most people are corrupt, especially menfolk. Used to be a devout Catholic, not so much anymore. Likes to be in control. Maybe a lot of control fallacies. Next time we'll dig into family stuff. A lot of anger there. Alright.
Hey, cowboy. Why the long face?
I used to say the same thing to my princess.
Oh, yeah? Oh, your horse?
Your daughter.
My horse, actually.
Yeah.
She never really understood the joke, but I still like telling it to her.
You didn't answer my question, gunslinger. What's got you down?
Nothing now that you're here.
Oh, I just finished up with my second client. She gave me a tongue lashing to remember her by. You ever talk to someone who's so educated and refined that they make you feel like a space alien?
Only everyone I ever met in law school.
Oh,
At least until I learned to speak their language.
real.
You're a lawyer?
Was, and no, I wasn't the blood-sucking kind before you start with the vampire jokes. Just a wide-eyed DC do-gooder. But I get what you're talking about. People can use language like a membership card. You don't speak the language.
Yeah, yeah,
you don't
absolutely. The classism in language.
Well, that's just what I mean. I just ain't sure I've got the lingo for a 500-year-old high society Renaissance woman.
Yeah, but you don't need to.
Well, how do you think your session went? Think she heard you?
Well, she did say that I'd
Yeah.
given her some stuff to think about. And to tell the truth, she seemed kind of embarrassed about that.
So what? If she heard you, I'd take the W, cowboy.
Yeah, me too.
Take the W. What, the wagon?
The win.
The win.
Maybe she isn't gonna relate to you, but that doesn't mean she can't hear you.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you're probably right. I guess I'll take the W. And
The
while you're at
W.
it, I'll take some B too. That's blood, see?
Oh my god. Oh, big stretch. I don't. Lingo doesn't work that way, cowboy, but
What are
that's
you in the mood
fine.
for? Men? Women? Something a little more off the beaten path?
What you got for
I think
me?
I'll have some takeaway tonight. What have you got?
Here, try this. Should put some color in those cheeks.
You really ain't squeamish, huh, Crimson?
Nah, healthy blood never hurt anyone. I've been hanging around vampires for 20 years, and they aren't so scary.
Not even Bert.
What, that old pointy-eared teddy bear?
He's so
He's a
sweet.
total sweetheart, unless someone gets aggressive or touchy with the customers.
What does he do then?
They get a stern warning.
And if they don't listen?
Why, then he eats them.
Yo, there we go.
Well, maybe he is a teddy bear. I met Teddy Roosevelt back in the night, and I'm pretty sure he would have done the same thing. Speaking of which, I got to thirst something fierce. I think I'll head back to my coffin for a little rest. But you have a good night, Crimson.
You too, Sam. Don't let the Draculas bite.
Time to crack open a warm one.
That's so funny. Crack open a warm
That's the
one.
good stuff. Now, maybe I can find a quote from one of my favorite books that'll help give me a little inspiration. Or I could watch the Three Stooges hit each other a whole bunch.
All good
Or I could
options.
just go to sleep. What's it gonna be, Sammy boy?
What's it gonna be, Sammy boy? Throw. Wow. What do you got in
My
that book?
profession is to be always on the alert, to find God in nature, to know his lurking places. I always like that quote. I ain't a God-fearing kind, but it's true. There's a natural beauty behind the man-made world if you know where to look. Isabella D'Este's all culture and breeding, but underneath, she's got her vulnerable and beautiful humanity too. I just gotta remember that.
Very good, Sydney
All
boy.
right, that's enough for one night. Time for some rest. I hope my next client will be a little easier.
Samuel, good evening.
Good
I am
evening.
glad to see you looking so fresh and well slept.
Uh-oh, something tells me I'm in for it tonight.
The truth is seldom unseen by you, my friend. Tonight, you face perhaps one of the most difficult challenges a therapist
Oh
can
no.
face.
Oh
The
no.
fact that you may not be able to help everyone.
That's a real possibility.
In truth, I have failed to help clients with this particular disposition many times.
Hey, I'm new at this. You're nigh on 3,000 years old. If you can't help them, how can I?
It is not guaranteed that we can help every client. To think we are powerless to help any is a cognitive distortion itself. I believe you know it.
It's not guaranteed. So, control?
Yeah, all right. Control fallacy, I know. I can help some folk.
That's right. Here, take a look at this case file.
Theater feller, huh?
Ah,
I've known a few
yes,
of them in my
British.
time. They can be a little, self-absorbed.
Well, you know, we theater kids tend to be like that. Edmund Kean, 237, male, British. Edmund Kean was a highly influential Shakespearean stage actor during the Georgian period. He is credited with more personal interpretations of character as opposed to pantomime performances. He lived a tumultuous life on stage, dealing with alcoholism, sex scandals, and entitled behavior. He wishes to return to the stage, but expresses great anger at critics who might review him poorly. He demands respect as the greatest actor the world has ever seen. I see. What
He's
type?
looking for therapy because people don't like him, it says?
Yes.
He is one of the most revered actors in all of history.
So he might have a few cognitive distortions.
A few. He may not recognize them, Samuel, but all you can do is present reality to him.
So instead of the negativity, it's the overwhelming, I guess you could say positivity, but in a self-righteous
He
way.
comes. Remember, I will give you whatever advice I can. Good luck, my friend.
I hope I'm up to this.
What is this vampire I see before me?
What is that melody?
I'm Sam Walls. I'm your new therapist.
Your dress, your bearing, your hat. You also are forgotten by time.
Well, maybe.
Oh, how fortuitous! A kindred spirit, perhaps. A therapist should know pain, I say. Most excellent.
Tarnation. Can't get a break with this here hat of mine.
No, it's perfect. Do not change a single thing. It gives me faith.
Welcome back.
Faith, my dear vampire, that you can help me.
I got you, ma'am.
I'm gonna do everything I can. I promise you that, amigo.
Do not do so lightly. Darkness dwells within my damned soul. You journey into my pain at your peril, and I cannot be your Virgil.
That's all right.
You're who now? Anyway, you wrote in your intake form that you're here because...
You're confused about your sexuality. Your dressing room is too small. You're not
mortals don't
appreciated in
appreciate
your
you, Sam.
time.
Indeed,
Indeed.
but I fear they cannot. They must die to appreciate life. As mortals, they cannot ask the immortal questions.
Well, sure.
What is life for us who do not live? Why are we here? Why do we continue? What do we do when death has no meaning? And what a piece of work is vampire! How noble in stature, how infinite in life!
Adult.
Form and moving, how express and admirable! In action, how like a demon! In apprehension, how like a bat! Ah, the beauty of the night!
Me too. I love. I want him to keep going.
And yet, to me, we are but the quintessence of dust.
Okay.
All right, that's enough of that. Before we answer the question of why we're all here, why are you here? Well, that is, what exactly
I feel like
drove
he
you
could
to
go
me,
on
partner?
forever.
Oh, that. Well, a pustule of a theatre
Pustule of a theatre
sprang
historian.
the seeds of doubt in mine corpus.
Uh-huh.
He was writing a biography of the great Edmund Kean, and I thought mayhap that I would favor him with a secret or two. He said my acting style would now be considered archaic. Though I drank him to the last, I fear his cruel barb was sharper than my fangs.
I see where it's cut deep.
Embossed carbuncle of corrupted blood
Embossed carbuncle.
forced me to doubt myself.
King, I love your confidence. Every stage performer needs
All
that.
men such fools. Will I ever find my audience again? Or did they die long, long ago?
No. Sir, I can assure you that in theater, this is beloved. I love prime theater.
Help me purge these mortal concerns from my mind, dear man.
We're always gonna have doubts, compadre. That's normal. But I think I can help you see things a little differently. So, he said your acting's out of date. Why don't you just tell me why it bothered you so much?
Because it's simply not possible. Acting became a noble craft entirely because of me. In truth, I am perfect.
In truth, I am perfect. Oh. I also want to say it's a labeling, calling himself perfect, but
Hold on a sec there, partner. Acting became a noble craft because
yeah, that's also what I was
That's
thinking.
a lot of control over a whole skill.
Yes, impressive, isn't it?
Yes,
So
impressive.
long as men can breathe or eyes can see, so lives mine art, and this gives life to thee.
Well, those are some pretty words. You make that up yourself?
It is the bard himself, boor.
Well, maybe he had something to do with the development of your craft then. It ain't been just you.
Well, naturally.
Well,
But
naturally.
Shakespeare's works are simply words upon a page without me.
Compadre, I think you know he gave you a leg up in your career. You can share in the success a little.
Oh, there are celebrated actors in these times, yes. But any success they have is due to my beating the path for them to follow.
They're celebrated, but any success they have is due to me. I want to say,
Oh, wait a minute. You're saying
Yeah.
that every actor's success
Yeah.
comes straight from you?
Of course.
Of course.
Even the greatest among my art would have been consigned to obscurity had it not been for my advancements.
of course, sir.
Every single one of them ain't had nothing of their own to give to the theater?
Well, I suppose one or two
I
actors in the last
suppose.
300 years have
Impress me.
Don't you think they deserve their own success?
Yeah, everybody has their own
I
merits.
suppose mortals are owed their 15 minutes of fame. One must have some pity for them.
We are
They
not monsters.
But the actors of modern times, they are shallow, beggarly
Wow.
parrots who screech the lines, but do they
not
know them?
Do they feel them?
As we feel.
That's a lot of
So
labeling,
you're saying
bud.
modern actors are parrots?
Indeed, they are only mimics, and thus no better than a well-trained bird.
You don't think they're actually birds, do you?
My dear boy, they live such short lives. What else can they do but ape the words and actions of their forebears?
But when you call them birds, you're just labeling them that. You ain't giving them a fair shot.
Oh, come now. I was
come
clearly
now.
employing a little dramatic license.
But we're here to talk about truth, all right, compadre?
It is my gentle direction that takes the craft to higher echelons, and mine alone. Acting does not evolve without me.
Okay. Acting does not involve without me. I would say that is then.
Listen carefully. Edmund is assigning a lot of responsibility to himself.
Oh, I guess so. I guess you're right.
It is my gentle direction.
You're saying only you can change the
Yeah.
course of acting?
It is demonstrably true. There is acting before Edmund Keene, and
there is acting after.
after Edmund Keene.
So funny.
But there's so many types of acting out there. I mean, I remember when vaudeville came out, but I don't think you had anything to do with that.
Vaudeville? Oh, like so many American arts, an art of the grotesque. Plunge a dagger into the heart of subtlety.
So you didn't have nothing to do with vaudeville?
Oh, devils below, no.
I mean, you got a little control fallacy, hombre. Mortals got wills of their own.
Yeah, indeed. I suppose I don't want any responsibility for the things the Americans create anyway.
Yeah, there's a lot of America slander in this, and I get it.
These critics should honor me, as is my due.
Should, huh?
You're saying critics should honor you. Well, what happens if they don't?
Then they are not doing their jobs properly. I do not ask for their laudations without cause. But if a so-called critic does not recognize my contributions to the theater, what do they know of the theater?
They're not looking at me.
Maybe they just got different tastes.
Uneducated taste, perhaps.
Uneducated.
If they are just uneducated, why should they appreciate you?
An interesting point. I suppose I cannot blame them. How fiend.
How fiend.
Cruel indeed to beat a man when he is at his most vulnerable.
No, Sai.
I'm here so you may help me cope with a world that has gone mad. Not so you might attack my every word.
You misunderstand me, sir.
I'm doing no such thing. All I'm doing is pointing out your reality. If we're gonna cope, we gotta be honest about the world.
And I say...
And I
that
say
you
villain.
are a villain. I come to you in desperate need, and you respond by mocking my desperation.
Not at all, my dear.
Why would you do this to me? Do you not know what pain I am experiencing? Do you not know that I, as an actor, feel every sling and arrow more keenly? Art thou a therapist or a murderer? That would push me so to the brink. Do you want me to commit suicide?
I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to hurt you. I want to help everyone who comes to me.
Samuel, a moment, please.
Yeah.
I got a real problem here. I think I'm not cut out for this work. This fella's right. Why am I attacking him
I
when
don't
I should be
know.
helping?
That's not what we're doing, buddy.
First of all, should statement. You will do what you will do, and that is all, Samuel. But look at the candles. What do you see?
The candles?
The candles? Oh, they seem fine to me.
Look at the flames.
Wait a minute. They're getting higher, ain't they? What the hell's going on?
Oh.
Your client is very powerful. He has his own unique
Oh,
skills
interesting.
earned through the ages. His skill in gaslighting is
In
so intense
gaslighting!
that it affects the world around him.
For real? Are we gonna delve into gaslighting? Oh my god, that's so fun. It's not funny, but it is funny.
He is altering reality to fit his distortions. Be watchful, Samuel. Do not let him.
Yes. He's gaslighting you, King.
How do I stop it?
Get it
Be
together.
persistent, and above all, be honest. He does not control your reality. I await your apology, sir.
Ah, yes, very much a gaslighter. He's like, you have offended me, and so therefore you must apologize. I don't have anything to apologize for. Gaslighting superpower.
All I did was point out some truths in the things you were saying. Now, if that makes you angry, fella, I don't know what to tell you.
You wound me.
You wound
But I
me.
am strong. I persist. I fight. I know my worth, sir.
Oh, of
I have
course.
fought and died for my art.
Of course.
I shall take my business elsewhere, and vampire society shall hear of your quackery. Stop him, Samuel. It is not anger, but fear that
Yes.
drives him. Show him he has nothing to fear from you.
I agree. Ah, I see. I wasn't trying
I
to run.
wasn't trying to rile you up none.
Yet I bared my undead soul to you, and you treated me like a pincushion with your sharp pricks.
Pricks ain't got nothing to do with this, Edmund.
And now you seek to proposition me? Of course, it always goes like this. To you, I am a void.
Master
Nay,
gaslighter.
a whore. To you,
Oh,
please.
wow.
You're all alike, I say. Go on then, use me.
And then playing a victim.
You are losing him, Samuel. It is time to remember what makes you special. You are not just a therapist, and you are not just a vampire. He is afraid, but you will conquer his fear.
Oh, we didn't get that last one. Easy, boy.
Easy, boy, easy.
My horse knowledge.
Shall not go easy. I shall not.
Ain't nobody gonna hurt you. There's a good vampire.
A good vampire? What on hell?
You're safe now. Ain't nobody here to hurt you or make you feel bad.
Like talking to a horse.
I'm your buddy. That's us. We're just buddies, ain't we?
Oh my god.
Buddies? Yes. A friend.
A friend.
A friend.
A friend.
A friend who wishes to help me.
Of course.
You feeling better there, compadre?
I must confess that I am. Though
This
I
is
scarcely
genius.
understand
It
how.
is. This is really good. This is so funny. Using my powers of gently coaxing a horse to eat a sugar cube from my hand.
Hey, well, that's just great. I want this to be a comfortable place for you.
Yes.
Yes.
Comfort.
Yes, I do believe you. After all, your profession is in many ways similar to acting. It is no wonder that we find common ground.
Interesting that you think so.
How is therapy like acting?
Yeah,
It is the exploration of the soul.
I would say so, yeah.
A journey into pain and truth.
I can agree with that.
We see those pains and truths and reflect them onto the cruel world.
I ain't sure I quite see it like that, but it's true that reflecting is important. Kind of funny when we can't look in a mirror, huh?
One of death's cruel ironies. Thus must we see our reflections and...
You care a lot about what the mortals think about you.
Yeah.
Of course I do.
What should I
Should
give you?
a fig
Fig.
about what we dusty old folk think, eh? Most of us are stuck in our relative pasts, if you'll pardon the offense.
No. You're.
But all them
I would
folks
say you're
died.
true.
You're what, 300 years old?
Don't remind me. Yes, they die, but I cannot. I must not. If I do not exist in their hearts, there is only the purgatory of oblivion.
You cannot, you must not. You're talking like there's only one future.
For me, there is only one future, save oblivion.
Come on now, that's a little extreme.
'Tis not so.
Tis not
What
so.
else have I but the stage?
Well, that's a fine question. I'll tell you what, though, compadre, you are more than the stage. What if theater just didn't exist?
Perish the thought.
Perish the thought. Perish it with all due enmity.
Oh, I'm good at this game. Oh, sorry. I speak in theater. I understand these folk. I understand.
Unlike some vampires, I am not some blood-guzzling parasite who will idly sit and wait as the world turns.
Okay. That's labeling.
You calling most of our kind parasites?
I am, for
I
that is
am.
what we are, if we are nothing else.
All right, let's just forget the part where you're insulting other vampires, myself included. If you say that you're a parasite if you don't do something, you're gonna be scared as hell of not doing that thing.
As an immortal, I aim for loftier goals.
Can you hit those goals if you're busy being afraid of turning into a parasite?
Ah, but your humble speech does belie the true wisdom beneath. I am indeed cruel to myself. I died for the stage,
For the stage.
so I should live for it as well.
That's a should. But I'm not gonna stop you for living for the stage. Like, I think that's, oops. Sorry, my desk. I think that's a worthwhile goal, you know?
Vampire society is of no use to me. We are so few, and I cannot have an adoring crowd without a crowd.
Oh god, I blinked out so hard. I meant to do the previous one. Yeah. Oh my god, my ability to see the future is coming back to me. Oh my god, my clairvoyance is returning. Oh. Okay. Let's see here. Vampire society is of no use to me. We are so few. I cannot have an adoring crowd without a crowd.
Vampires ain't got nothing to offer you.
Nothing they can give, no. Vampires do not understand the avant-garde.
The avant-garde.
Vampires have a lot to give. We got time to understand things mortals just can't. I think you're painting vampire society with a pretty broad brush. We got some redeeming values.
Oh no, why is it saying my stream quality is poor? Come on, you can fix yourself. Please, I beg of you. Oh, there we go, we're coming back. I think I know. Ugh, my internet's been acting up so much lately. Okay, let's continue.
Oh, perhaps. But an understanding of the stage is not one of them. For upon that stage is power. The power to control the emotions of an audience.
Okay, I think I missed something there. Let's start from the top, compadre.
Don't remind me. Yes, they die, but I cannot. I must not. If I do not exist in their hearts, there is only the purgatory of oblivion.
Sorry, my roommate is deciding to vacuum right now, so I'm so sorry if you can hear that. Let's see here. We can do, but I cannot, if they die, hold on. Isn't that absolutes? And, let's see. Positive canceling. That's also what I think it might be. With arbitrary rules on how things should. I also think it's this one. There's only, I want to say, yeah.
Must not. You're talking like there's only one future.
Didn't I
For
do
me,
this?
there is only one future. Save
Yeah.
oblivion.
Didn't I
Come
do
on
this?
now, that's a little extreme.
'Tis not so. What else have I but the stage?
Well, that's a fine question. I'll tell you what, though, compadre, you are more than the...
Perish the thought. Perish it with
Yeah, I
unlike
did this.
Some vampires, I am not. I died for the stage.
Yeah, there we are.
So I should live for it as well.
Should.
Well, why should you live for the stage?
What was my death worth if the stage does not matter?
But it's only you who's saying your death ain't worth something. Your shoulds are fatal. Ain't that a lot of pressure?
Perhaps. Though one might argue that all great actors must be forged in fire.
But is acting really the most important thing in the world?
Well, it's important to
I
him.
shall assume that you jest.
You just, sir.
You know, I see what you are doing. The motivations of man are well known to me through my art.
And what am I doing?
You are mocking me, undermining me, causing me to doubt myself. I know thy purpose, wretch.
Oh, he's starting his gaslighting
Therapy
again.
business is all a ruse. You would lay me low and claim dominion over me.
All I'm trying to do is help you, friend. Reality's a lot easier to deal with when you can accept it for what it is.
So, now you doubt my sanity.
Your
Is there no
japes.
end to your japes and jabs? I shall not break. Oh, you shall see. The tides of cruel seas will crash upon me, but I do not wither. I know thy game, trickster. You wish to keep me in your debt. The more I doubt myself, the more you take from me.
Okay, gaslighter.
You think you are clever, but thy tongue outvenoms all the worms of the Nile. Well, what have you to say for yourself? Speak, that I might hear thy bile.
I love how he talks. Do this free. Tell him you are a trickster. Tame him like a wild horse. Yeah.
What?
I know you're upset and you're scared. I ain't gonna hurt you.
But you want to hurt me.
No.
Good
No.
vampire. Ain't you sweet? Yeah, it's all right.
Oh my god.
You really don't want to hurt me. You'll keep me safe.
Of course.
We're safe. Ain't no place safer than right here.
This is so funny.
We're friends. That's right. You're my buddy now.
You want a
Just my
sugar
pal Eddie.
cube? Just my pal Eddie.
In truth, I am oft left bereft of friendship. Our kind can be difficult.
Oh, he's lonely.
Vampires.
No, actors.
Actors, but yes.
To sense one is not alone in all the world is a feeling to be cherished.
You ain't alone, I promise you. Whatever bad stuff we're living, someone else has lived it already.
Tis so.
Just so.
Many geniuses were unappreciated in their time.
That's true.
With wonders of their craft consigned to history's dusty pages.
Very true.
Even the bard himself did struggle. There is some comfort in that.
Common nocturnality. We all got the same needs, man. Blood, safety, and sex.
Wow.
Indeed. I, too, am akin to the doomed Achilles, though my sore spot lies not so low, but twixt stem and stern.
Okay.
Tain't my place to comment.
Taint.
Seems the spot is no secret to you after all.
Yes. I love this game's humor. It's really that's what... Oh, seems you know the spot well.
Maybe we can talk about that some more in your next session.
Yeah.
I think you did pretty dang well
Oh
today.
my god, that's so funny. Hello, welcome in.
Yes, I suppose I did. I am rather good at therapy, aren't
Yeah,
I?
yes, you're the best at therapy.
If you're here and wanting to get better, yeah, I'd say that makes you pretty good. at
Yeah,
therapy.
you did great, buddy.
One mustn't rest on one's laurels, must one?
That's right, Eddie. Okay, I'll see you in a few weeks then.
And see you then, Eddie.
Aye, we shall vanquish my demons together. I cannot tarry. The stage awaits.
Of course, my dear.
Dang, what the hell was that?
One of the darker malignancies of the mind, dear Samuel.
Yes, the theater. Hello, how's my day? My day's going good. I had a good sleep. Started this nice and early for me, enjoying my tea, and now we're learning about therapy and vampires. Very lovely.
You sure I'm up to this?
You were masterful, Samuel. You were able to take your knowledge about cognitive distortions and turn their definitions outward. And we must speak about this equine ability of yours in your next session.
My ability to tame horses and using that on people.
Oh, that. Yeah, I learned a lot about myself through my horse.
My beautiful
Save it
horse
for our next
princess.
session. Rest, Samuel. You have faced a great danger. Now it is time to drink and be merry with the goths.
I love drinking and being merry with the goths. I mean, look at me. That's where I belong.
Not sure I'd call them merry, but they know how to cut loose.
Oh yeah,
All right, Andy. I'll see you later.
I love hanging out with the goths.
Good night, Samuel. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, my dear. Ooh, back to this bumping music.
Well, that was one of the weirdest experiences of my life. I probably want to forget that. I should go talk to Crimson.
In a second, I will see my beautiful lady. Okay, Edmund is afraid to get back into acting because he's afraid of getting anything but universal praise. Self-centered mindset, belief he determines what acting must be, diminishes the thought and opinions of others. Champion gaslighter. Tried to convince me I was attacking him. Sees the world through theater. Time I like to dig where this comes from. Why is he insecure? Let's see. And my first client, that's Dr. Drain, had a doozy of client tonight by the name of Isabella D'Estay. Holy hell, that is one strong lady. I was shaking in my boots half the time talking to her. I read up on her on Wikipedia and was glad I hadn't done that before our session. I would have been even more scared. I'm surprised we could even have a conversation. She was the Pope Leo the 10th. 10th, that's X. Sister-in-law. How the heck do you deal with a family like that? I've had a nice week otherwise. Been exploring the graveyards here in Leipzig. They're real fancy here. Guess it ain't no surprise this place has so many gods. Well, you're in Germany, baby. They have so many gods. Leipzig is German, right? It's not, Belgium?
kid.
Same with the
Calm that
kid.
butt down.
She's got a new
Shop
name for me
here
every
you.
time.
Well, thanks, Crimson. What is that? A Bloody Mary?
No, a bloody Steve.
Bloody
I
Steve.
think that's what he said his name was.
I know they don't have the rest of the text, so that's really good.
Of course it is. How's the crowd tonight?
You know, it's funny. They're a little on the weird side tonight.
Hell yeah.
Must be a full moon out.
Oh, you ain't kidding. I just had my first therapy session with the strangest fella I ever met. The actor type. Used to be an international celebrity back when I was alive. Seems like fame's a nasty drug.
Like Andy says, people are people. Doesn't matter what era they're from.
Real.
Feeling good about your session, though?
They always ask me this every time. I think it went great.
He was pretty confrontational, but he was happy to talk about himself at least.
Yeah.
Andy says the real clients to worry about are the ones who've got nothing to say.
I get that. Being a human isn't easy. You gotta be pretty damn privileged to have no problem at all.
Real.
Well, this fella definitely has plenty of problems. I think he'll be keeping me busy.
It's a big world out there, cowboy. Full of vampires with no self-awareness.
Well, ain't that the truth? Well, here's to change then.
To change.
Yeehaw.
Drinking Andy's blood there?
Andy's? Nuh-uh, this is a plain old mortal drink. You think anyone would want to drink that man's blood from a bottle when they can get it straight from the source?
Real.
I suppose they wouldn't.
I'm not proud to drink blood, Sam. Wouldn't be doing it out here.
Really?
I didn't mean to cause offense, ma'am.
Not your fault. I guess I shouldn't be offended.
Sure.
Who's telling you that you shouldn't be offended, Crimson? I know this blood drinking stuff is complicated.
Damn right it is. Look, I have customers to deal with.
Of course,
but
of course.
Let me give you some advice,
Buffalo Bale.
No therapy in here.
Oh, she doesn't want to
What
hear it.
happens at Eminard happens with consent. Got it?
Oh, of course.
All right, that's fair, and my sincere apologies. It won't happen again.
That's right.
She's like, I don't want to be therapized right now. I get it. I get
Dang
it.
I've gone and made myself unwelcome. I better get out of Crimson's way.
No, it's okay, buddy.
You.
Whoa. Panoptabella? Oh my god, she's beautiful. Whoa. Oh my god, our crowns, they match. Almost. Girl, oh my god. We got the same fashion sense.
Do I know you?
I know you. I've been watching you, vampire.
Okay.
Yep, that's me, drinking blood to live.
Yes, you do. I saw you. I see everything.
Ah, we have encountered another oracle.
My name is Panoptabella.
Panoptabella,
It
yeah.
means I see all.
Panopti,
and
yeah.
I am beautiful.
It sure is exactly what it means. Pan, all, the opti for the optical. And the Bella is Italian, right? For like fair, I believe.
I saw you in the kink room with Reinhardt and Maxi.
Yeah, they invited me there.
And now I see that you are thirsty and would like to drink.
Yep, that is so.
Come, drink from my neck.
Oh,
I wish
she's just
to
curious.
see what it is like.
Of course. Ah, I see. Here, we don't go to a room first? Okay, well. Oh, don't do that in my ear.
Yes, I see now.
Okay.
That was very pleasant. Thank you.
Should I start using that as my catchphrase? I see now.
You will go to your coffin now to sleep.
I will.
Well, if you wanted to cuddle.
It is normal for vampires to enter a state of torpor after consuming the blood of another.
Oh, Reinhardt from Overwatch 2. I wish. Instead, it was Matt Mercer as a goth. Enter to state. Oh, and they're using torpor, which is fantastic.
I wish you an
That
excellent
is-
torpor vampire.
Thank you. Torpor is more of a permanent sleep, but I appreciate the terminology.
Thanks, I guess. I guess I'd better get some shut-eye. This night has gone on long enough.
Good evening, Samuel. I hope
Good
you are feeling
evening.
well rested. I have a new client for you.
Let's see. Just finished up with the new client, and this guy was a lot. Fella nearly burned Sloan down with his gaslighting superpowers. It's an actor type which I don't have a lot of experience with. I never really got into theater stuff, except for maybe vaudeville. Something about watching people tumbling and smacking each other with blunt objects that speaks to the soul. Oh, so I pissed off Crimson last night. Tried to do the whole therapy thing on her without her permission, and she was hot and mad. I gotta remind myself that just because I'm learning to become a therapist doesn't make me everyone's therapist. That's just really true. Sometimes it's very much, it's a lot of my case too, where sometimes you just want to like say shit and not have it be like psychoanalyzed, and just like I'm just talking. I don't want help or anything like that. I'm just saying words. Please don't try to like help me through it. It's fine.
Another one. I think my caseload's starting to get a little crowded.
Worry not, my friend. I shall not unload all the world's cares onto you.
Thank you.
I know how strongly this next client requires aid. She is a great deal older than most of the clients you've seen, and sometimes it is harder for the elderly to see reality. It took me far too long to do so.
She's as old as you are?
Not nearly. Thus, she should be more ready for change than I was. Take a look at her intake form.
Oh, she's so cute. 1,000? Oh my god. Her name is Medby? She's from the Bronze Age. Holy shit. Age 1,804. Female. Elder vampire like myself. Oh, it's Medi. Okay. It's so hard to read that. Medi has lived mostly alone for the past 2 millennia. She grew up among wanton violence between Irish-clad warlords and has since kept distance between herself and mortals. She now spends her time online where she has become... streaming. I see. Huh. I do not know what this means, but perhaps a younger vampire might. She has expressed frustration in the increasing demands of her followers. Suggestion, be patient with the elderly. Of course.
She died young. Makes me wonder why I waited so long to kick the bucket. Could have left her nicer looking corpse.
She's gorgeous.
Alas, death does not often allow us to have much choice in the matter.
I think I can help with her streaming issues.
Says here she doesn't leave home
find out.
unless she has to.
Oh god, me too.
Indeed, it is a puzzle, as elder vampires can often be.
I sure do hope I can help her.
You will do your best, I know. Let me allow you some privacy. She comes.
Was flying on in. Oh my god, she's so cute. She's so cute. I love her. Oh, Irish, she sure is.
Hey there, how do I say your name? Is it Medby?
Medi. Oh, it's Maeve.
Is my real name. Medby's just my screen name. You can call me Medi if you like.
These accents are really good. Maeve, yeah.
Oh, mighty fine meeting you, Meddy. I'm Sam.
It's Maddie.
Is that all you are?
I couldn't rightly say. I ain't no more or less than Sam.
I ain't no more or less Sam.
You're cute, strange cowboy man.
I don't know that you should be calling your potential therapist cute, miss.
Not in a touching bodies way. I mean, you're more like a rabbit or a mouse. Oh, I want to dress you up in a little mouse onesie and watch you scurry about.
Yeah, I get it.
You can keep your hat on and be a
Hey,
little
cowboy mouse.
Oh, I like that very much. I'd keep you in a little cage and give you lots of cheese and, of course, a wheel to run on.
Oh my
You
god.
can be my whiskery little pet.
It's so cute.
What is the matter, Samuel?
I think I'm out of my depth here, Chief. I ain't keen to be anyone's pet.
Oh, she's just playing.
Older vampires such as myself can sometimes be uncomfortable to be around. I believe this will be an excellent challenge in setting boundaries, Samuel. Explain to her your boundaries. Modeling positive behavior and
I
saving yourself from
see. She's having trouble establishing boundaries with her community. I
yeah, just a little.
understand.
all the more reason to be clear and polite right now. Good luck, Samuel. I know you can do it.
You look distracted, little mouse. Have you smelt a bit of cheese? Did your whiskers twitch?
All right, before we keep going, I think we need to set a few boundaries.
Yeah.
First of all, I ain't gonna wear no onesie. I don't think I could find one that'd fit.
I could sew one for you. I would make the neck hole really big so that your funny hat would fit right through it.
Okay, well, maybe I wasn't being clear. I don't want to wear a onesie.
But it would make me happy.
Okay.
Well, it wouldn't make me happy, miss.
Fine. But I don't like it.
You don't eat... Are you lactose
I don't
intolerant?
eat cheese, you know that.
Do you...
We
Oh,
drink
well, I
blood
guess you're
anyway.
vampire, yeah.
Mortal food doesn't exactly agree with us.
But a mouse who doesn't eat cheese is hardly a mouse.
But I'm not a mouse.
Then why do you have twitchy whiskers?
I just like the way they look.
My beard.
So do I.
My mustache.
That's why I think you should eat some cheese.
Well, I ain't gonna take it or leave it.
You're very mean for a mouse.
This stuff about putting me in a cage and making me your pet are things you should be doing with a blood partner.
Yeah, exactly.
Besides, I make the rules about my own body.
Absolutely.
If I don't want something, you gotta respect it. Or find a new therapist.
You don't want me to do things to your body?
Nope. Not right. Well,
You
not
cut
right now.
that out. I'm serious now.
Very well. Be that way.
You have to establish firm boundaries.
I think that about covers it.
Very well. It's a little boring. People usually let me do what I want to do to them.
I'm sure you're beautiful and lovely and also ancient.
Well, this is less boring then. It's something new.
I suppose you're right. It's very clever, strange cowboy man. May I still call you a mouse from time to time, though?
If it'll make you feel comfortable, I guess it ain't hurting me.
As long as you're okay with it, Sam, we have to remember to clearly
Let's get to
establish
you
our
and why you're
boundaries.
here. Now, it said on your intake form that...
She's afraid of aging. She's overworked. She's concerned about climate change. Overworked?
You're overworked, it said. You're not my first client with that problem. What line of work are you in?
I play video games.
Me too.
Video games? Like Star Invaders?
No, silly.
Overcharged
More
too.
like Overcharged 2 and Pension Impact. More of an FPS and RPG girl.
Pension. What are we doing in Pension Impact? Raising my 401k. Oh my god. I can't tell you that I'm an FPS, but I am definitely an RPG girly.
I don't know what them things are. I kind of figured video games were just a fad, like collecting ferns was in my time.
Video games are lots
Video
of
games.
fun. There's even one where you get to play a cowboy and kill bunches and bunches of people.
Red Dead?
Then you get to pretend you feel bad about it. But after that, you kill even more people.
Sure.
Shucks, that there might give me some flashbacks. But you're working by playing video games? How's that?
Wow, what a
I stream
concept.
on Glitch. I have millions and millions of followers there.
Sorry, glitch isn't my personal forte, especially right now, but what about like VampTube,
Wait
you know?
just a gosh darn minute. People are paying to watch you pee?
No.
Of course not. That's
On my Only
Only
Zealots.
Zealots page. If I could pee, which I can't because
Mhm.
I'm a vampire.
Yep.
All right, you gotta walk me through this.
Bodily fluids don't process the same in vampires. What's streaming if it ain't pee?
What's streaming mean if it ain't peeing?
Streaming means to share your computer screen to the internet.
Yep. Hello. It's here.
Like watching the cinema, only instead of people shooting each other, it's you answering emails?
Sure.
Sort of. Mostly people just like to watch people shooting other people. Only it's little computer people that only look like people.
Clear as mud. I got some more questions about them funny things you mentioned, though.
This is so funny. Only Zealots.
What's Only Zealots?
That's a very special website where my very special followers get to see me do naughty things for money.
You've been around a long while. Do you need money?
No, of course not. But I do like having mortal blood bags who will do anything for me. They're very useful.
Good for her.
This whole thing makes me feel old.
But you're only a baby.
You're only a
vampire, strange
baby.
cowboy man. I'm glad you're not the kind of baby who poops and pees, though. That's quite icky.
Okay, y'all.
I had some more questions. What's all this RPG and FPS stuff?
Role-playing games and first-person shooters.
Big RPG girly. Wouldn't say I'm much of a FPS girly.
Kinda dark to be playing games about the first person you ever shot. That ain't a good moment.
You're extra silly. It's a video game with a first-person perspective. It only looks as though you're shooting someone.
This is so
I like
great.
the ones where there's lots and lots of blood.
Like
I'm
Doom.
feeling quite hungry.
I would play Doom though. I do like Doom a lot. Other FPS that I can do is like Left 4 Dead. Left 4 Dead is good FPS. I love Sam too.
Are they still using corn syrup to look like blood? Never looked realistic to me.
Well, now it's computer generated,
They
Sam.
don't use corn syrup in video games. You're very funny.
I'm glad I'm funny, I guess. Let me ask you something else about these video games.
About these video games. He's like my grampy. I know enough.
All right, I think I understand a little better. You're working pretty dang hard for all them followers. What do you need them for?
What RPG do I play? All of them. Millions, many. It's just, you know, I have a sincere love for Final Fantasy and a lot of JRPGs. So like the Persona series, almost all of them. Oh God, what have I played recently other than Persona? I guess you can call Genshin Impact as an RPG. That's also what I play. Trying to think of a lot of classics. I love the Dot Hack series. That's one of my favorites. Yeah, and the many Final Fantasies. Though I have not gotten to play the newest Final Fantasy. I never got around to buying it. I want to soon though. I want to play it so bad. All the Tales of series, I like Zestiria, and I was a big Tales of the Abyss girly. Other than also GBF, though I play mobile GBF, I haven't gotten to play Versus or Relink. I really want to play Relink too.
Lots of things. They pay my rent for me, they buy clothes and gifts for me. They dispose of all the bodies.
Oh, well that's
and
nice.
They killed them too. They're all so eager to die. Poor little lambs.
Interesting.
They're like servants?
Servants, little sheep, whatever you'd like to call them.
That's an interesting perspective, ma'am. I would encourage you to change that ideal.
Oh, naturally. Sometimes all I have to do is smile for them. They find it enchanting, and they quite like my breasts and vulva.
Okay.
Oh, I see.
Does it make you uncomfortable to hear me say breasts and vulva?
No, not really.
I reckon I just wasn't expecting that level of
yeah,
candidness.
the candidness was just like, oh, okay. But
breasts, vulva.
Do it again. I'll do it too.
Hey, come on now.
Oh, but it's so much fun to watch your little whiskers twitch.
She's so pretty, though.
So, these followers of yours do a lot of work for you, huh?
But I have almost 100 million little sheep.
Do you call them little
I've got
sheep?
to manage them all and keep them happy.
Well, yeah, but also, I would encourage you to think of the people who support you differently.
Why do you need to keep so many servants happy?
I need my sheep. If I don't have them, I'll have nothing.
So your friend got me into I'm not good, but it's a fun game. Yeah, it's really fun. I love the Final Fantasy series just in general. It's always been I think if you can call Pokemon 2 an RPG, I think Final Fantasy was one of my first RPGs. And it just stuck with me for the continuing growing of of video games over the years. I need my sheep. If I don't have them, I'll have nothing. I want to say that's black and white.
Is it really true
Yeah.
that if you don't have your followers, you won't have anything? Ain't you got other stuff you're interested in?
I suppose I enjoy reading and video games. And I can do those things alone. There's also playing games with my body.
Okay.
Oh, yep, there's that.
Which Americans don't do. You like to shoot people
Girl, I
Bang.
wholeheartedly
Oh.
disagree. That is definitely something that happens
Well, that ain't always
universally.
true.
Yeah.
But let's get back to what you were saying.
If I don't make them all happy, they'll turn against me.
I don't think that's true.
Oh, wait a minute. That's one of them double control fallacies.
Yeah.
A control fallacy? What is that, Manling?
Manling.
It's the idea that you either have complete control over something or no control over something. The idea that you can make everyone happy is something that ain't
Yeah, absolutely not. I've never been one to
And
go into streaming assuming that I'm gonna satisfy everybody. I'm perfectly happy satisfying my niche.
That is true, I suppose. I can do things you couldn't dream of. But I won't show them to you because you're an American.
It's just like... Alright, whatever.
That is much appreciated, miss. And now about the stuff you were saying.
All I'll be is the lonely, crazy girl with a flat full of stinky corpses.
Well, why are you keeping the corpses there, huh?
Let's ease off them labeling terms. Don't go calling yourself crazy.
But I am crazy. And I know how strange I sound to these short-lived creatures.
I reckon I might sound the same if I were around as long as you and seen some of the stuff you've seen.
Yeah.
Besides, crazy ain't got any kind of real meaning. What's sane? You've been around a while, you know them definitions change all the time.
I suppose that's true. Don't think any of us are really sane.
I think that's a heck of a lot closer to the truth.
I just want to look at my body parts anyway. Don't have much else to share, it seems.
Okay. I see, I'm understanding. I think...
Come on now, you've been around for nearly 2,000 years. How in the heck could you have nothing to offer? I'm sure you could tell me all sorts of things about history and the places you've been to.
Girl, like I said before, you can be a historical streamer. I love people who just sit and talk about some like knowledge that they just know for hours.
I like. My followers abandon me.
No.
Fickle little blood bags. You always like it when I show off, though.
Well, then they should leave. If you have an audience that only wants, I don't know, only wants your like utter servitude, then they're not an audience you should cater or cultivate.
That's a problem with your followers, not you.
Yeah.
Don't go disqualifying the positive things about yourself just because they don't see them.
Very kind, Manling. If you were one of my followers, I might even let you live.
A very kind gesture, miss.
I can't help but think, though, I should make my little sheep happy. After all, they are willing to die for me.
Well, that is definitely a concept, but no.
You say you should keep your followers happy. Do you like it when they're happy?
Just because I kill my bloodbags doesn't mean I wish to be cruel. After all, they're so cute when they die with smiles on their precious little faces.
That's very
I'm
nice.
glad to hear that, but here's the thing. When you say you should make them happy, you turn it into a responsibility.
Do you want? Yes, that is exactly the therapy we're talking about here. It's like, do you want to make them happy? But also with that want, what is the extent that you want to make them happy? Is it at the cost of yourself? Then we can't do that if that's the case.
If you got 100 million people you should please, that's pressure you don't need. Get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You are too sweet, little mouse.
Like a sugar mouse.
Like a sugar mouse. Someone might try to eat you.
Oh.
Heck, they already did. How do you think I turned into a vampire?
You make me seem very silly for worrying so much about my blood bags. I'm not a very good vampire, am I?
I don't think that's the case,
what's
ma'am.
a good vampire supposed to do?
My blood father used to tell me that we were supposed to be gods. Told me that we would rule all humanity. I imagine he'd be ever so disappointed in me.
Well, blood parents are always complicated.
Your
They
sire.
like continuing their legacies, but people ain't too good at being anything but themselves.
I wish someone would tell him that. He's a very bad listener.
Well, you should be proud of yourself for
Do you
getting
just
away
need
from
somebody
him.
to listen
I know
to
it
you?
ain't easy.
I didn't leave him. The druid sealed him away long ago.
Oh, of course.
He'll slaughter us all when he escapes. And there will be nothing we can do. Oh, it's gonna be ever so much blood.
So, well, I think... I always do this. It's either this one or this one. I want to say...
I think we can handle a vampire.
Yeah.
There's a lot more of us now. And I bet the bastard ain't even heard of a gun.
You don't understand. He's a wizard.
I see.
Well, last I heard, wizards ain't
That's
bulletproof.
true.
Let's give ourselves a little credit. I ain't gonna worry too much about this fella.
Yeah, me neither.
Besides, if he is coming back to kill us all, we only got so much time to enjoy, right?
Yeah.
These dang followers of yours have got you stuck at home, though.
It's better this way. It's not safe outside.
Well, I also kind of am just a person who likes
Why do you
being at
say
home, but
Because there are bad people out there.
there are bad people out there.
They've tried to burn me, touch me, enslave me. They are cruel and horrible.
I see, I see. I'm sorry that you had to go through that.
I know you've been through some tough times, Mitty. And you got a hell of a lot of reasons to think people are all awful.
Yeah.
But those experiences ain't the be-all and end-all. There's a lot of bad, a lot of good, and even more in between.
Maybe. But it's safer to assume that it's
I
all
understand.
bad. Mortals are very afraid, and when mortals are afraid, they are quite cruel.
I understand. It's true.
That's more of that all-or-nothing thinking. There's billions of people out there now, and more differences between each and every one of them than you'd expect.
That is also true.
But I don't need to endanger myself anymore. I have my sheep.
I'm sure we'll get to talking about them real soon.
We can talk about them now. They help me stay in my flat. If I stay in one place, I have power. Instead of them burning me, I can burn them. And
I
touch
see,
them
I see.
and enslave them.
I see. You feel very helpless. I understand.
With all due respect, miss, you're playing with sunshine here. Life is always going to change. That's the one thing we can be sure of.
Of course.
Your retreating from society is only going to make it harder to face the changes ahead.
Such as when the machines arrived.
What machines are you talking about?
The ones in the factories. The ones who made me leave the bog. Did not like that very much. Not at all.
Not at all.
Oh, look, I didn't want to upset you. You're here to handle the world a little better, and that means being honest about what might happen. That makes sense?
Yes. The machines keep getting stronger. I should be ready for them.
All right. Well, let's keep talking.
They used to call me Calich Namona, the witch of the bogs. I like it that way. I like it when they think I'm a monster.
All right, well.
Hold on a sec, Mitty. I get that there's safety in people thinking you're some kind of monster.
Yeah.
But what I can't abide is you calling yourself one.
Yeah.
Names have power. You know what they used to call me?
Fuzzy McWhiskers. Scaly Tail Sam. Ooh, Scurrying Sam.
I like Fuzzy McWhiskers.
They called me Slaughtering Sam. And as you might imagine, I didn't earn many friends with that name.
That's not very cute at all.
Yeah, well.
No, it ain't. I didn't feel cute neither. I felt like an evil bastard, and that ain't a good feeling.
It didn't say I liked being a monster. It just makes me feel safe.
I understand, girl. Listen, so this is what we're trying to get past, you know? It's just like that is something that may have been given to you, a title. But it's a matter of you embodying that title, you know? We can't hold on
Let's
to
find
that.
a way to help you feel safe without calling yourself a monster then, huh? But keep going.
If I want to be safe, I should show them what a monster I really am from the safety of my lair.
I should, huh?
Well, why should you show them what a monster you are?
Why not just be kind?
So that they'll know to stay away, of course.
Okay, but why? Why would you want
And
that?
is that the only way people will stay away?
Yeah.
It's the way I know. I used to put severed heads outside my cottage, but
Do you think the
Listen,
other
don't like
vampires
that very
have
much.
power too, or only Sam and Drama Vamp? Have power? I misread your statement. Yes, everybody. Well, at least the majority of people have strong abilities. I wouldn't put it past them that almost all vampires have some form of ability, but at least every vampire has the ability of not like hypnosis, but compulsion, I would say. Almost every vampire has some form of compulsion that they can bring upon other people. Policemen don't like that very much.
So what if I said you should protect yourself by putting severed heads outside your place again?
I'd say you should learn otherwise. The police can be very mean.
That's true.
That's what I mean. Should doesn't allow a lot of wiggle room. It might seem like it's just words, but them words can lock us up tighter in a bank vault. But let's keep talking.
Living alone is the life I know, anyway. Well, I've known for millennia. I can't survive in society now.
Yeah, I think she's just kind of lonely. I'll have known for millennia. Nope. Okay.
The ancient vampires are very few. I can tell you with some certainty that your client is very good at hiding her
is
true
it
capabilities,
then?
perhaps even from herself.
Okay.
Living alone is the life I know, anyway. Well, I've known...
You know,
There we go.
you're what, some 1,800 years old? You're older than any government on Earth. You've seen the world change in ways none of us could dream of. Hell, you basically won the internet, and I can barely open up my email program. You're way more capable than you're giving yourself credit for.
Yeah.
I suppose that's true. But I'm not very good with real
With the
life
RRLs.
people, unless I'm eating them.
You're still disqualifying the positive by
yeah.
canceling out all them skills you got. You can use all that modern lingo I barely even heard of. You dab, fam?
Don't say that.
That was ages ago.
No, that's not even used correctly.
See what I'm saying?
You are very clever, sweetling.
Sweetling. Oh,
It's
I wish
easy to
she'd call me
forget how
that.
small and weak mortals are. The world is a big place full of things that might try to hurt me.
Yeah, she's just scared.
Well, before you face the world, why don't we start with your neighborhood?
Yeah.
Let's start slow. Take a walk around your block, 15 minutes a day. Just spend a little time outside looking at the moon.
I encourage that
Suppose if
too.
anyone tries to hurt me, I should be able to kill them or enslave them.
You could do that so easy, Medi.
Very well, strange cowboy man. If anyone does kill me, I'll simply become a ghost.
Then I'll haunt you forever.
Then I can whisk myself up your bottom with a little ghost needle and poke at your guts.
I don't think it'll come to that. Just spend some time outside and see how you feel, and we'll talk again in a month. Sound good?
Very well. I suppose my followers outside must be eager to carry my coffin home. I promised I would eat them when we got there, so shouldn't keep them waiting.
Of course.
Farewell then, little mouse.
Little mouse.
Oh, boy.
She sounds so lovely.
Well done, my friend. You seem a little out of sorts. Are you quite all right?
I'm good.
She was something else.
Like so many of our kind, she simply struggles to adjust to
Yeah.
a constantly changing world. I think
I
you
think
would be a
she's just
great help to her.
lonely.
She clearly likes you.
You can have 1,000,000 and whatever the fuck. Ugh, not to sound super cliche, but you can have 1,000,001 fucking followers or whatever, subscribers, doesn't matter, and still be incredibly alone.
That's what I'm afraid of.
In fact, I think half the time that also contributes to loneliness.
You are under my protection while you are here, Samuel. I guarantee no ghosts will travel up your posterior. You've done excellent work tonight. Please, relax downstairs. Summer will be here before we know it.
Ah, yes,
and the
yes,
nights
yes,
shall
yes.
become short once
I thought
again.
when he said summer, he was talking about like a woman.
Rest in peace, my friend.
Rest in peace. Oh, whoa. We had a hard glitch there for a second. Sorry about that.
Tarnation. I'm glad the kids here aren't glued to their little TVs.
Yeah.
I wonder why that is. I'll bet Crimson knows.
I don't know if she wants to talk. Oh, she is at the banana counter right now. Okay. Let me see here. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go ahead and save. Fantastic. Okay. And let me check on my stuff here. Yeah, I think we can go ahead and
Giddy up, little doggy.
I'll do this one little section first, and then we might call it a day for now, because I got a lot of stuff to do today. So let's see here.
I ain't heard that one in a while.
Truth is, I'm running out of cowboy terms.
Yeah, you are.
Can I get you, handsome?
How about a kind ear for my troubles?
Oh,
You got a real old school way of seeing bartenders. But in this case, you're right. I am a good listener. Lay it on me.
I would assume so.
I got this new client. Makes me feel old.
250-year-old man feels old, huh?
Yeah, Yeah, but seriously, I thought I understood people, but she's from another time, like. I've been around a long time, and I ain't seen nothing quite like this internet. But my client lives there.
That's so funny that one of the older vampires, her being 1,000 something, is more well adjusted in the internet and the modern age of technology. And him being like, feeling like he's old in compared to her, who is so much older, but understands current advances in technology and in society and culture. That's so interesting.
And you think you can't help her because you don't understand the internet?
I remember when the first steam locomotive showed up and we thought, that's it. We've invented everything.
Yeah, me too.
Really?
That was prime.
Point is, I'm getting old faster than I ever have before.
Here's the thing, cowboy. Nobody understands the internet.
That's true.
I don't feel old yet, though. Still just glad to be alive, thanks to Andy's blood.
I feel old. Sometimes. Sometimes I'd be looking at things and I'm like, Jesus fuck, how did we get here?
Oh, yeah.
I know you've been curious about why I've been drinking vampire blood. You don't have to pretend.
A little bit, but you don't have to tell me if you don't want to.
I've got a rare blood cancer.
Oh.
Andy's blood is what's keeping me alive.
Wow.
I'm real sorry.
I didn't say I was dying. I said I had cancer.
You had
Stop making
cancer.
that
Do you
face.
currently still have cancer?
I'm just glad I found Andy. Don't think I was quite ready to die.
I, for one, am glad you're sticking around, Crimson.
Me too.
Well, thank you kindly.
Thank you kindly.
So what'll it be, Sam? You ain't gonna dance?
He's not much of a dancer, but
No,
I
I
am.
ain't gonna dance.
You owe me that story one day, cowboy. Here, have a little something I whipped up for Andy. Herbal blood tea.
Oh, that's
No
lovely.
garlic, right?
No garlic.
Mighty kind of you.
Mighty
Maybe I'll
kind.
take a nightcap. You have yourself a fine night, Crimson.
Adios, muchacho.
Adios.
I think that's my last client for a while. My caseload's big enough. I'm starting to get overwhelmed. Maybe something from one of my books will inspire me. But then again, I could watch cartoons instead.
Ooh. Cartoons. What kind of cartoons?
I used to have a crush on Betty Boop and I ain't ashamed.
So many people did. That's okay. She's beautiful and lovely.
They don't make them like they used to. I think that's enough action for one night.
All right.
Time I got me some shut-eye. Good night, son.
Good night, son.
A fine evening to you, Samuel. How are you feeling tonight?
And let's check my little book. Da-da-da. Okay. I guess, okay. So I know the internet's been driving the mortals batty, but dang if it is infecting us vampires too. I got a new client that has half the world watching her play video games online. What's that all about? Next thing you know, they'll be making cinemas where you stand behind the screen and and watch folks watching the movies. Oh, so close, so close. Hey, hi. That's crazy. What a... Stares directly into the camera. What a concept that is. And he says that's it for new clients, and I'm grateful for that. I'm feeling a little cooped up here in the city. I'm taking a weekend trip to the mountains out in Hars. I'm gonna take the Autobahn. Oh, yeah, I'm past fear and death anyway. All right. Lovely. Okay. And there we go. Like I promised with that, I'm gonna go ahead and save over that. There we are. Okay. Yes. There we are. All right. Fantastic. Okay. Let's move on over here real quick. Oh, what a good fun game. I'm so... big stretch. I'm so happy to dive into that game. It's so interesting and fascinating the way that they're combining vampire lore with how therapy. I'm sure a lot of vampires need therapy. When you live that long, it's hard to keep your sanity. It's also just really nice that they took a lot of time to do so much research into how properly utilize the correct terminology and addressing behaviors and stuff like that within people. So fascinating. I really like that. Of course, it's like, as is a disclaimer in the game, it's not a they're not saying that, like, you know, don't fully utilize this as like actual therapy, because that's not what it's there for. It is still a game, and if you need to seek help, you should seek proper help from a real medical professional and not just from a therapy video game. Which I agree, but yeah, it was a good time, good long time. I guess we'll it really, I always consider it short, but I feel like interesting problems. Yeah, very much. I always feel like it's like, oh man, I've only been streaming for 3 hours. That feels so short. That's a lot of people's like usual. It's just so short to me because I usually go on for like 6-7 hours. But we'll save that for tomorrow when I do more of the letter, and hopefully that I can figure out what's going on with that bug issue for the games, because it has to be with my streaming setup. Because it's the game rings perfectly fine in my ear, so I'm not sure what the issue is there. Yeah, but I'll take a look at that. Tomorrow, we're going to play the letter bright and early. I'm going to be back at 11 Eastern. And then, yeah, we're going to delve more into the curse. Whoa, with Hannah's point of view. So we're probably going to get more about the house and maybe a little more about Miss Ghosty Ma'am, and maybe figure out what happened to Isabella, because right now we don't know whether she's dead or alive, because I made sure to change the time course where she died because I didn't want to see her die. I like her so much. But yeah, we'll be in Hannah's point of view now. And then since I was able to fully finish Isabella's point of view in one stream, then I might also just completely crank out Hannah's point of view as well in one stream. We'll see how long that goes, but I'm fully committed to a lot of these types of visual novels to really like sit down and go through them for a good long while. I like having long streams when I can. Yeah, but that's it for now. Thank you so much for joining me, everyone. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good day, good evening, good night, good afternoon. Hope it will go well. Watch the VOD. Yeah, that was not fun. That was not fun at all. Yeah. All right. I believe in speaking of the letter, I believe nothing like that will happen again in the future. That was a crazy choice for a game, and but you could see it on the VOD how it bothered me immensely. But I don't think it will happen again, and I think we can move on. But yeah, everybody have a good night. Thank you for joining, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.